Hello guys, how are we doing? Can you all hear me? If you could just leave me a comment and let me know if you can hear me, that you can see me. I'll wait to see that you can all hear me and see me, and then we can get started. Fantastic to see 135 of you tuned in live to watch this live stream. Thank you very much for all of your support. Perfect. I think that's a yes from everyone. So guys, today, $1,000. We're going to be trading live for you guys. Very exciting. For those who didn't tune in last week, I started with a balance of $250. And in approximately 4.5 hours, we managed to turn that $250 into $390, which, it's not a lot of money, but we did get a 56% growth on our initial deposit, which was, of course, at $250. So that is very, very good trading. Hopefully we can do the same today because I will be starting with $1,000. So if we get 56% growth, that then is $560 profit, which is a lot of money. Most people are lucky to earn that in a week. So if we can do it in the next couple of hours, that would be fantastic. Big day trading today. We have the US markets opening in approximately 1.5 hours time. And in 29 minutes time, we have the GDP data coming out as well. In America, so that should cause some volatility. Yesterday we saw a huge amount of selling off in the markets, which I was really excited about because it would have offered us a beautiful dip to buy in today's trading session. But the markets, it just shows you how strong the markets are at this moment in time. They've already recovered from that short and swift sell-off that occurred yesterday in the markets, and that was of course because of this new strain of COVID that has occurred in the UK. Which is spreading 72% faster than the original COVID. So it's quite worrying, of course, for many businesses, especially now that we finally got this vaccine that we're trying to get distributed. But there's still great money-making opportunity. So what I'm going to do first of all is, of course, deposit my money into my broker account. So I'm going to be using IC Markets. For those who don't know IC Markets, it's an Australian-based broker. 3 years ago in the EU, the regulators come in and they killed the leverage here. So they basically, before I was able to trade with 1,500 to 1 leverage, which is insane. And basically what leverage does, guys, it helps people probably like yourselves who don't have too much money to start with. You're not like these massive hedge funds who have millions of dollars. It's great for people like me and like you who only have, like, let's say $1,000 to $2,000, which they can spare. They can then invest it. They can use leverage, and it can make people like us make a lot of money from only having a small amount of money. But unfortunately, the EU regulators, they come and they killed the leverage, and now the maximum leverage that you can get in the UK is roughly 20 to 1, which is still good, but it's nowhere near as good as the 1,500 that we were getting a few years ago. But unfortunately, the other day, I got some bad news from Australia, and due to the large amount of traders that have started trading during this pandemic, because of course people have just been stuck at home, right? And if they've had nothing better to do, so they've started trading, but a lot of people are losing money. Remember, 76% of retail traders, people who trade at home like ourselves, lose money. So the regulators have come in and they've now done the exact same thing to Australia. They've killed the leverage. So the maximum amount of leverage you can get in Australia right now is 500 to 1, but they're taking it down to 30 to 1 as of March the 29th, 2021, which is not good news at all. So that only gives us a few months left to really use leverage to our advantage, and it's my job to try and help you guys turn your small amount your small pot of money into a larger sum in preparation for the 29th of March, so that you can then have that bigger pot of money, and then it won't matter so much that the leverage has been slashed down from 500 to 1 down to 20 to 1. So that's what I'm going to try and do. But before I start today's trading session, I just want to say that today it might not go well. If we look at the markets yesterday, we had a massive sell-off out of nowhere pretty much. So there's no guaranteeing profits in this live stream. It's purely just for some entertainment, for your entertainment, and just to have some fun, guys. So don't trade with what you can't afford to lose. Only trade with what you can afford to lose, of course. So it's just going to be some fun. So the broker bot I'm going to be using, as I just mentioned, is IC Markets. So here we have IC Markets. I'm just going to log in quickly. There we go. Of course, there will be some people probably watching this live stream, some negative Nancy's, saying that I'm using a demo account and what have you not. So I'm just going to prove to you that I'm not using a demo account, guys. This is real money. Here we go. Deposit. Where is credit card, debit card? There we go. And then I'm going to be starting with a deposit of $1,000. There we go. 1,000 US dollars, as you can see. Oh, sorry. I think I'll get because I put the comma. There we go. 1,000 US dollars. Proceed. There's my card details and what have you not. Just so you can see that it is real money. Thank you for depositing with IC Markets. There we go, guys. And now I should have $1,000 in my live account. Let me just refresh that page. Sometimes it can take a minute or two. Still hasn't come through yet. It will, though. Still hasn't come through. What I did last time, don't worry, it will come through. It just takes a few minutes sometimes. What I did last time, I traded live on my phone. So what I'm actually going to do this time round is I'm going to try and trade on my desktop because I had a few complaints last time that people couldn't see my live trades and what have you not. So I'm just going to try and... where's a web browser? I'm just going to try and trade on my web browser. So let me know if you can still see once I'm in my my web browser. Log in. Lovely to see. We now got 200 people watching this live stream. Thank you very much for your support, guys. I really do appreciate it. 1 second, I've just noticed. Bring that in. There we go. 204 people watching today's live stream. So here we go, guys. There we have my balance, $1,000. 1,000 balance, $1,000 equity, of course. So the money has arrived into my account. Let's just zoom out here. And then here are all of the symbols and watch list. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to see whether there are any certain assets that you would like me to have a look at. I know that some of you like trading gold, crude oil, the indices. So I'm going to give you guys the opportunity. If you leave a comment in the side of the video, and if there's any, if there's any market that you guys want me to have a look at, I'll definitely have a look at now. Gold. So Brendan's saying gold. Does anyone else want me to look at gold? I think that's a very good shout. Gold. Got a few for the NASDAQ. I don't really want to trade the NASDAQ straight away. Reason being is because it's quite high, and as well as that, the margin is quite high. We only have $1,000 here. We need margin, guys. We need margins because if there is an opportunity that presents itself, I do want to take advantage of it. So again, oil and gold. I don't mind trading oil or gold because the margin required is very, very small. So that really is a good shout. So let's have a look at the gold market. So I'm going to be using investing.com for the charts. Obviously, we're trading, we're day trading. So normally I look at the markets on a daily and weekly basis, as well as an hourly basis. But so today we're just going to be focusing primarily on a hourly basis because, of course, the trades will be very short term. So gold is currently at 1874. Earlier on today, it was trading at 1888. So it's dipped ever so slightly. Here we are. Let's have a look at it in the hour chart. There we go. So we did actually go down as low as 1868. That would have been a great buying opportunity. Now I'm going to add some indicators in here. For those who watch me on a daily basis, you'll know that I love using the EMA crossover. These are moving averages, guys. So very simple on investing.com. As I just did there, you go onto the indicators, type down EMA, and this is the one that you're looking for, the EMA cross. And then once the EMA cross is here, if you just go to the top left corner, and then there'll be a settings icon. Short, you want to do 50. Long, you want to do 200. So there you go, guys. Short, 50. Long, 200. That's not 200. I don't know why it's doing that. My laptop seems to be playing up. 1 second, guys. Not quite sure what's happening here. Might just be best just to refresh the page. Just froze on me. Sorry about that, guys. I'll just do that again quickly for you, as quick as I can. So the hourly chart, you come onto the indicators, EMA, you go on the EMA cross, and then what that will then do is take you to the top left corner where you press the settings icon. Short is 50, long is 200, as I mentioned before. And then my own preference is I like to change this green color into the blue line. For those who watch my daily videos, you'll know that I do that. And there we go, guys. We now have the EMA lines. So we have the 50, which is the red, and the longer EMA, which is the blue line, which is the 200-day EMA line. So now, as you can see, we're currently trading in between both the EMA. So it looks to me that we're going to go and target up towards that 1878 area, which is very good. We found some support, on the hourly chart. It's very clear that we found some support down at around 1870. So this already is setting up for a very good trade. A lot of people look, so when people trade, a lot of people look for that good risk-reward ratio. I kind of beg to differ. I actually like a one-to-one risk-reward ratio. So here we kind of have that, we could put the stop loss down at 1870 and we take profit up at 1880, which is just roughly where that 50-day EMA is. So that's what I'm going to go and do for my first trade, guys. I'm going to go and buy some gold. So create new order, and I'm going to be buying 0.5 lots. So that's $50 per dollar that gold moves. So, and I'm going to put a take profit on my price up at 1880. So that will give us a profit of $250, guys. $250. I'm not quite sure why that's not working. Really not sure why that's never. So let's do it again. 0.5. This is going to be our first trade. There we go. We're going to buy gold over the US dollar. 0.5. Bang. We're done. So that should be your first trade, guys. We're going to buy gold with 0.5 lots. If you buy that now, and then we're going to go in here and modify the position. So the price that I'm going to be targeting is 1888. I'm not quite sure why that's not letting me. That was a buy position, right? I'm not quite sure why that's doing that. It's playing up a little bit here, guys. I'm not quite sure. Oh, there we go. Now it seems to be. Oh yeah, sorry. I was putting the stop loss on. Sorry, my mistake, guys. So we're going to put the take profit on at 1880. So that will give us a $251 profit from where we currently are now. So that's 25% on our account if this trade comes in. And I'm just going to let that gold trade sit in the background, because the margin was very minimal. I think the margin on that position, let's have a look, guys. So the margin that we used on that trade was roughly $180. Yep, so $187. That's how much we needed to place that trade. Just to check, guys, can you see the position well? Like when I have my open trade, can you see where like my live profit and loss is? I think you can. Just make sure that you have the stream in HD. So now we've got that gold trade coming up. And it was the reason that I've liked to place that gold trade as well is because we have the GDP numbers coming out. Now, the economic data over the past couple of weeks here in the US hasn't really been great. We've come under quite a few times under the expectations. So it'll be very interesting to see what the GDP number is. If it comes in lower than what we're expecting, and that's my bias, I think that the GDP will disappoint ever so slightly today. That could cause a little rally in gold up towards the 1880. So all we need is a $5 rally here for the gold markets to make 25% on our initial deposit. Now, guys, just before we carry on, I do want to make you all aware that this isn't the normal risk management I use on my trading account. As I mentioned, this is just a bit of fun, just to bang up $1,000. Of course, I am trying my best to make money, but this isn't the normal risk management. I wouldn't go and risk 25% of my trading account on one trade. For those who know me, on my main account, I risk a maximum of 5% on the stop loss per trade. So do not think that this is appropriate risk management that you should be using on your trading accounts. So people ask me, what's my leverage? I'm currently trading with a 500 to 1 leverage. So the stop loss, we're not actually going to put a stop loss for now. If it gets down to 1870, that's when I really want to be keeping an eye on this market. That's when we'll be at minus 250. But if we go back to the chart here, we have the 200-day EMA just below the support. So the reason I've entered this trade, guys, is because we've got some support here. Okay, we've got some support around that 1870 area. It's offered a support on 2 separate occasions. But then just below, we also have the 200-day EMA. So that should offer some support. So even if we did break below this small support that has occurred in the market, we will then be offered some support with the 200-day EMA. So that's why I really like buying gold at this level. And here we go. Gold is moving up, guys. Currently at 1876. So we're currently $78 in profit. I'm going to take profit very soon. 90. If he gives me 100, I will take profit, guys. Gives me 100 and I will take profit. Very happy with that trade straight off the go. There we go. There's 100. $106. Closed. Bang. So there we go, guys. I made $103 profit straight away. That's a fantastic start to the live stream here. $101. Close those gold trades. Get closing now. So that's now, we're now at 1,103. I'm just going to update that on the live stream. Get rid of that. So $1,103. Fantastic start, guys. Fantastic start to the live stream. We're now up at 1,000 and we're now up in profit of $103. If gold can come back down, I think we bought it down at 1875. If we can get an entry back down at 1875, I would definitely buy that. So we're going to keep an eye on gold. In fact, we're going to place an order. So we're going to create a new order. It's going to be I think it's a stop order. There we go. And we're going to buy that gold back down at 1875, quantity 0.5 lots. We can do the exact same margin again, and then we're going to target 1880. So if you can place that exact same order there, guys, take profit. Maybe it's a limit order. 5. There we go, guys. So that is the trade that you want to be placing. No stop loss. So you want to be doing a limit order, 0.5, and then we're going to target back up towards 1880 to give us $250 profit again. That is the order that you guys should be placing. So once again, I will repeat myself. You want to be placing an order, so it's a limit order, to buy gold down at 1875, just where we entered on that previous trade, and we're going to be targeting up towards 1880. So that would be, if our order gets executed, that would be $5 that we need gold to move up towards the upside, up towards 1880 to make $250 profit. But we've already just made 10% on our accounts within the first 5 minutes here on the live stream. So well done, everyone who managed to capitalize on that trade. Give me some comments. Let me know how much money you just made. You should have made roughly the same amount as me, but I do know that some of you trade with larger amounts, so fantastic. Let me know how much money you guys have made. Leave us a comment on this video. $40, Farouk, well done. 87 by SKH, well done. Mohammed Ahmed, 138, fantastic. Ariane, $21, well done. Example, $3.5. Clint's made $105, well done, Clint. Well done, guys, well done. Matthew Brookfield's in the green, well done. Farouk paid with $500, well done, mate. $35, $38. Cameron, $478 profit, well done. One Life Moments made $30. Well done, guys. Fantastic. Wow, we've got a winner. Christian, he made $1,100 on that trade. Fantastic, guys. Well done. That's what I like to see. So gold's currently at 1876. If we can just drop down by $1.20, that will be a fantastic buy again. But now I'm looking at the crude oil markets. Crude oil is down roughly 1.4%. Dow's down is at 30,100. If a Dow dips below 30,100, I would be willing to buy that. But let's have a look at the markets. Crude oil. Let's actually have a look at crude oil, guys. Let's go back onto investing.com. So we've got the gold markets there. Let's get back onto the crude oil markets. JW making £78. Well done, guys. Fantastic trading. Very quick. It's very important that you keep up keep up to speed with me, because obviously the markets can change very quickly, but it looks like you guys were doing that very well. So well done, guys, for getting on that trade. So now here we have the crude oil futures markets. Now, for those who've been watching my videos and watching the crude oil markets over the past month, we have rallied significantly over the past month, you know, all the way down from $34 a barrel all the way up to, I think at one point we went to $49.50 a barrel. But as you can see, here are the crude oil markets. This is the hourly chart. It looks to me that we've got a trend going on here, guys. There we go. So we've been in an uptrend for the past couple of hours. Let's make that line a bit more prominent. Oh, sorry. There we go. So it looks to me that we are in an uptrend here. And of course, we peaked at $49. So it looks to me that we have an ascending triangle pattern forming here. So obviously, we peaked the other day up at $49.28 a barrel, which is a significant rally, considering the fact a month ago we were trading down at $34 and people were calling for oil to return back to $25 a barrel. And then, guys, what we're going to do now, we're going to add the EMA once again, just like we did on the gold charts. I promise you, the EMA is a fantastic indicator to use. You know, there's some indicators that traders use out there now which are so outdated. They've been around for 30, 40 years, and Wall Street just simply don't use them anymore. And you always want to be on the same side as Wall Street, but they just don't use them anymore. So that is what you kind of want, guys. You want to be using the same indicators that Wall Street use on a daily basis, so that you're always on the same side of them, because they are the market movers. You know, they have the capital which moves markets. So you always want to be trading with them, not against them, because if you trade against them with your little $1,000 to $2,000 accounts, you will get hurt. So we're going to make the lines a little bit more prominent here. I'm just going to try and get my camera to stay on. 1 second, guys. Sorry. There we go. Okay, so fantastic. It looks to me that the crude oil markets are now testing the 200-day EMA. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to place a little block buy here on the crude oil markets, targeting up towards $47.60, and I'm going to have a stop loss down at around $47.10 a barrel. So let's go and buy the oil market. This is fantastic here. Great buying opportunity. We're testing that 200-day EMA line. So let's go and buy some crude oil. We're currently at $47.15. Of course, there is a little there's a little bit difference in pricing here. So the actual price for oil is currently at $47.27 a barrel. Sorry. So there's roughly a 10-point difference. Wow, look at gold. Exploded up towards a 50-day EMA. Great move there in the gold market. We could have kept that gold trade at first, but you know, it's very important to take profit in the first stages when you're trading with small accounts. So here we have the crude oil markets moving up. I want to be a buyer, and remember there's a 10-point difference here in the crude oil market. So I want to be targeting up towards $47.77 a barrel. That's my take profit price. Quantity 15 lots here. 5 lots. I really want to be, but then my margin will be very high. What's the margin? That's 235. Yeah, that's a bit too much. So, you know, let's do two lots here in the crude oil markets. Actually, let's go 3. We'll do 3 lots here in the crude oil markets. It's $140 margin with $180 profit. So you want to be targeting $47.77 if you're on IC markets, but the actual price we want to be targeting is $47.66. So let's place that trade now. We're now in on the crude oil markets. We have a trade open, guys. So we're buying the crude oil markets. As you can see, we're testing the 200-day EMA. That should offer some sort of support. Medium to long term, we are in an uptrend, as you can see. And we're just targeting back towards this 50-day EMA. There we go. We have the 50-day EMA. That is where we're going to be targeting. So if we can just pull back and pair our losses here in the crude oil markets, this should be a fantastic trade. Now, also another indicator that I like to use is the RSI. So we're going to look at the RSI here, guys. There we go. Just going to see. Just going to try and see if I can do something. It's just a bit annoying because my camera keeps going off. I'm just trying to see how I can make the camera stay. So sorry, I'm not being rude, guys. So we're not going to put a stop loss for crude oil. I know I've got a few of you asking what's the stop loss for crude oil. I'm not going to place one for now, but I am going to keep a very close eye on it. If we break below $47, that's when I might look to cut losses. But of course, we have support from the uptrend down at $46.60 a barrel. But back here on the crude oil markets, one of the indicators that I love to use on a daily basis is the RSI. This is a fantastic indicator. In fact, it's probably one of my most favorite indicators. I love the EMA moving averages, but the RSI is just fantastic, okay? So it tells you whether the market is overbought or oversold in the short run. So as you can see on the crude oil markets, we're bang up at 45. This leaves us plenty of territory to move towards the downside, but equally it leaves us plenty of territory to move towards the upside, and that's exactly what we want. If I add the RSI here in the gold markets rallying rather hard, which is very good. Insert indicator, RSI. Guys, I'm keeping a close eye on the clock. 13:26. We have the GDP numbers coming out. There we go. So short term, the gold markets, we're currently at 48, so we'll bang on in the middle. The gold markets could go either way. So there we are. We have the crude oil market. We have our crude trade open. We have the GDP numbers coming out very, very soon. What I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to open a gold trade. I'm going to hedge gold. So for those who don't know what hedging is, it's when you buy and sell the market at the same time. Hedging is a great tool to get you out of trouble in the markets. But I kind of want to hedge gold as we go into this GDP number. Reason being, because if it is slightly better than expected, gold may pull back. I'll then close the sell and profit, keep the buy open, and then the buy should recover later on in the trading session. So we're currently at 18.76. We're $2 away from my original buy-in. Maybe I should just be a bit patient here. 1 second. I'm just going to wait to see what gold does, because it could trigger our buy. If it triggers our buy down at 18.75, then I will leave it. I'll leave it be. Crude oil is currently minus $12. It'd be very good to see what the indices do. If we have any pullback in the NASDAQ, I'm a buyer. If it can pull back down to 12,725, I'm a buyer. It's currently sitting at 12,750. So if we have a 25-point pullback there, but gold seems to be pulling back ever so slightly here. I am tempted to place a buy here. Here we go. I might place a buy here, guys. I'm going to buy. So I'm going to add another buy here in the gold market, 0.5. So that's what you guys should do. Keep your order live as well, but buy gold 0.5. Buy gold 0.5, and we're going to put take profit on that current open trade at roughly 18.80. Which will give us $162 profit. I like buying gold ahead of the GDP number. With the GDP number coming out in 2 minutes' time, I am expecting it to come slightly under the expectations, which would be good for gold. You know, the gold does well when the US economy is doing bad, pretty much. That's the easiest way to summarize it. But we're also going to keep our order here on the buy market. On the gold market. So we have an order down at 1875. If that activates, then that's fantastic. Ahead of the GDP number, but we've also just bought gold as well at 0.5. So we could have a potential 2 positions here in the gold market. Let's see what happens. I'll give you the numbers as soon as they come out for the GDP number. 1 minute to go, guys. 1 minute to go. Don't expect too much volatility, but hopefully gold can pop up towards 1880. If it does, fantastic. So you guys should have a buy position here in the gold markets. 1 minute to go, guys. I'll keep you posted. Gold currently at 1876. We bought at 1876. And we have an order $1 below this level at 1875. Reason that we bought gold once again, guys, is because we're in between the 250-day EMA. I'm targeting up towards the 50-day EMA line as we've been in a bullish run for the past couple of hours. Here we go, guys. Any minute now, GDP numbers are expected. It's now 1:30. Let's see what gold does. Just waiting for the numbers to come out. Positions trading in the green ever so slightly. Still waiting for the numbers to come out. I don't think we've had them yet. Just going to zoom in a bit on this chart. There we go. So this green line represents where we're targeting. There we go. So we've had some movement here in the gold markets. They popped up towards the upside. We're currently up $40. Just waiting for the numbers here. We're up around $50 here in the gold markets. Fantastic. $60 profit, $70 profit. Come on, gold. Give me $100 and I will close in profit once again. Give me $100. Give me $100. Still waiting for the GDP numbers out. Not sure. They must have been coming worse than expected. Currently sitting just under $60 profit here. Give me 100. If we get $100, guys, I'm closing out, and that's 20% we would have made. Currently at $45. Still waiting for the GDP numbers. Can't find them. They're not coming out. Still waiting for the GDP numbers to come out. I was expecting it to be lower than expected. We're sitting in $50 profit on this current gold trade. Still no numbers. We're still waiting for it. They must be delayed here. It's quite rare that they are delayed, but they haven't come out yet. I've got CNBC streaming live. They still haven't got it either. Just waiting for the figures here. Gold's now back down in the red. Unfortunately, we were as high as $70 in profit. Okay, so there we are. We actually got better than expected, 33.4% versus the 33.1% expected. So that's why the gold is now back in the red. Hopefully, it can trigger our second buy position. It only beat ever so slightly by 0.3%. It's, I don't really expect too much movement on that. Pretty much come in line, really. But that is good news for the indices. That's good news for crude oil as well. So hopefully, crude oil should start to do better from that. So pretty much in line with the GDP numbers. I like buying gold. I like where we bought. I think that gold will spike up and hit our take profit up at 1880. So we've got roughly an hour now to go until the US markets opened. Our margin, so we've currently invested 329. Our account balance is 1,103. If you're just joining us, we made a winning trade. If I look at my history for the current week, there we go. We just made $103 profit here on that gold trade that we opened. Here we go. Gold's moving back up towards the upside. We're only minus 20 now. We're just going to stay patient with these two trades. We don't want to be too overly invested. And, we might have some more movements in the markets where a opportunity presents itself. We've now got the Dow down at 30,100. That could be worth buying soon. If it dips down to a little bit more below 30,100, I would definitely consider buying with Dow. But I prefer to buy the NASDAQ. It would be fantastic if gold can trigger our second buy position down at 1875. Currently at 1875.80, so we're so close to it. Here we go. Gold's very close to triggering our second buy. Come on. It's back up again. It's back up. Seeing some volatility here in the gold markets. If you are just joining us, the reason we bought gold is that we're targeting this 50-day EMA line, which is currently up at around 1879 to the 1880 area. So we did have a little sell-off earlier on in the trading session, but we're now recovering rather nicely from that. And of course, we have the support that will give us plenty of support down at 1870. And as well as that, we have the 200-day EMA just below. The RSI is towards the downside, so we have plenty of territory to move towards the upside. If you're joining us, that we bought the crude oil markets because we're testing the bottom of this 200-day EMA that should offer plenty of support. And as well as that, below the 200-day EMA, we have this uptrend line that we've been trading in for some time. So I do expect us to turn around here in the crude oil markets and target back towards the 50-day EMA. Crude oil has been so bullish, even on the daily chart now. As you can see, we were considered to be overbought previously, but we have now corrected ourselves on the RSI. This is on the daily chart, guys, not the hourly. We're currently at 62, so that's given us some territory. Gold's back in the positive, pretty much. There we go. We're back in the green here for the gold market, so we will be keeping a very close eye on how those gold markets move. We're having a nice little dip here in the NASDAQ 100. If it continues to dip, I will be a buyer. There we go, guys. Gold's up at $50 a profit. Hopefully it can keep climbing. I'm going to be patient with this gold trade. I do see it returning back above 1880. I'm going to be very, very patient. $250 of you now on this live stream. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. It really does mean a lot. Great support. $35 profit here on the gold trade. Crude oil is moving rather slow. If you are joining, we currently have a buy on gold targeting 1880, and then the crude oil we're targeting $47.66. We're currently down at $47.27 a barrel. Just need to be patient here with the gold markets. If we do get a spike above $100 profit, guys, as I mentioned, it's all about taking profits early here. If we can have $200 profit going into the US market open with $1,200 to play with, that's fantastic. That's when we can then start investing into the US indices going into the market open. As I mentioned, the past couple of weeks, what tends to happen at the US Open is that the indices tend to dip within the first 10 to 15 minutes, and then 30 minutes to an hour after the market's open, they then recover their losses, and we've been hitting a lot of into oh, here we go, some gold market. Yeah, we've been hitting some new highs. Okay, guys, gold is currently at $64 profit. Crude oil is spiking up as well. Hopefully gold can give us 100. If it gets 100, I'm closing. So get your fingers ready. Get your mouses hovered over that close button. We're currently up at $67 profit here on the gold markets. Can we get 100? There we go. We're up at 70, 75, 80. Oh, so close. $80. We were up at $80 profit here on the gold markets. You know, if you get anywhere between $90 to $100, take the profit and run. We need to build up our accounts going into the US Open. Here we go, guys. Up at 60, the higher end of 60s now. Gold really trying to push higher here. Really trying to push higher. 70. Here we go, guys. If we can get in towards 90, I will take the profit and run. Pulling back again. Just got to be patient. Good things come to those who wait. Mid-70s now. There we go. 80. Can we get to 90? Can we get to 90? $10 away, guys. Get ready to close the gold trade. 80. Here we go. 80, there we go, I'm closing. There we go, $89 profit there on the gold markets. Close the gold trades, close the gold trade. Well done, guys, that's fantastic. We now got $179. How much money did I make? I made $75 on that trade, sorry. Fantastic. So our new balance is $1,179. We've made 17.9% since starting this stream under 1 hour ago. So that's only 38 minutes ago. Fantastic, guys, well done. So 1,079 is our new profit here. So fantastic, guys. Now gold's pulling back a little bit. I will look to re-enter gold if we can get down towards 1876. So our previous order, guys, was down at 1875. I'm actually going to move this up ever so slightly up towards that 1876 area. So put your new order on the gold markets up at 1876. It was previously at 1875. Now it's at 1876. Guys, let me know how much money you just made on that gold trade. Give me some comments on this YouTube video. Let me just know how much money you just made. I'm up 17.9% since starting this live stream, which was 39 minutes ago. Fantastic. Let me know how much money you guys have just made. Leave me some comments. $93. Well done. $70. Well done. $600 by one person. $5,000 by Baby Pro. Amazing. $69 by Cameron. $60. Well done. Matt for Brookfield's in the green. Well done. Harrison, $30. Baby Pro, $3,000. Well done. Well done, guys. Fantastic trading here. Crude oil is now also moving up. We're back in the green on that crude oil market. We now have enough equity to get into the indices, guys. This is fantastic. I want a pullback on my NASDAQ. I want a pullback on my Dow. This man's made 700. Well done. Hussein's made 4,230. Well done, guys. These are really good profits. Crude oil creeping up ever so slightly. I'm keeping an eye on the gold market. For those who haven't done it yet, we previously put an order to buy gold 0.5 lots up at 1875. I've just moved it up towards 1876. So moved that order up $1 to 1876, 0.5 lots. There we go. See, as I mentioned, I said that we were very likely to go and target the top, that 50-day EMA, and that's exactly what's happening here. We're not quite there yet, so hopefully we can get another pullback back down towards our entry at 1876 before we then catapult back up and test that 50-day EMA. So that is why we have been buying the gold markets, targeting that 50-day EMA. When we're trading down at 1874, I said we're likely to go and target the 1878 area, which is the 50-day EMA, and it's exactly what we've done. We've shot up in the past 20 to 30 minutes here in the gold markets, but we're $1.50 away from my buy order. So hopefully we can fall down at $1.50 and trigger that buy order. See, look, we're now at 1877. Hopefully we can just go down $1 more. Alan's made £150 on that trade. Fantastic. Well done, guys. Great job. Crude oil markets starting to hint up a little bit as well. Currently at $6. There we go. Guys, I'm just going to nip to the loo. I'm absolutely busting for the toilet. I will be back in 2 minutes. Hopefully that buy order does get triggered. Sorry about that, guys. I'm back again. I'll be live for a few hours today, so I'm sure there'll be plenty more toilet breaks throughout the day. So, still waiting for gold markets to pull back. They're $1.50 above our order down at 1876. So hopefully we can get a pullback there. I'm keeping a very close eye on the indices, NASDAQ especially. Currently at 12,746. If we can pull back $6 down to 12,740, I would definitely be a buyer. Crude oil, of course, we have that buyer position, which crude oil can move rather slow. So we'll just wait patiently for that to move up during the session. We're only targeting 30 cents above from where we're currently trading now. $247 of you now streaming. Thank you very much, guys. I really do appreciate it. If any of you are streaming and you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. In the future we'll be doing a lot more live streams like this, and of course you have daily videos where we provide you with our analysis on a daily basis in some of the top markets like the NASDAQ, gold, oil, etc. So that, if you can give us a subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Come on, gold. Just waiting patiently for the gold, guys. Fantastic start, guys. We've only been trading for 44 minutes and we're already up 17.9%. Really good start here. We've got a lot of capital now to play with going into the US market open. Okay, so the Dow was dipped. I'm kind of interested in buying the Dow. So let's buy the Dow. We're going to buy the Dow, guys. So that is the US 30. There we go. Before we do so, let's look at the US 30 on the chart. Let's see what we're playing with. Dow Jones futures. Oh, there it was. There we go. So we're just going to bring up the Dow Jones 30 futures chart. There we are, currently at 30,100. I'm going to go on a streaming chart for you guys. I really like the US indices at the moment. Yesterday, we finally got that second stimulus deal voted for in Congress in Washington, and it was approved. So it's fantastic now that people in America will be getting money in their pockets. So as you can see, with that massive sell-off, but it just shows you how strong the indices are at the moment because, it just got bought back up. So we're going to add our two favorite indicators, the EMA. There we go. 200, and then my preference is always like a blue line. So here we go. This is where we're currently sitting here with the Dow Jones 30. We have support down at 30,400. I quite like buying it up towards 30,200. We have the NASDAQ, which is currently up 0.48%. We have the S&P 500, which is currently up 0.17%, and the Dow is currently in the red. So I really wouldn't mind buying the Dow at 30,100. I think it's a great buy, and I think here you have a great you have a great risk reward ratio because we'll be targeting up at 30,200 for the take profit. So this is how we're going to play this. There we go. So I'm going to put a green line for where we're going to put our take profit, and then I'm going to put a red line for where we'll cut our losses, which will be 30,000. But of course, as you can see, I'll put a red line for the stop loss. It's below the 250-day EMA. And as well as that, we're about to have the 50-day EMA cross above the 200. So this is a great buying opportunity. I'm going to buy the Dow Jones 30 right now here. I think it offers a very good buying entry point. So it looks to me that there's 100 points difference. So as you can see, it says 30,200 where the actual price is 30,100. So there is a 100 point difference here on my broker. So do ignore that. But I'm a buyer, so I want to be targeting 30,300, which is actually 30,300 on the real price, if that makes sense. I need to be careful of the margin here because, as you can see, the margin is very high. I'm going to only be doing two, so I'm going to be investing $300 here into the Dow, and I'm going to be buying that now. So you want to be buying the Dow. I've just bought two lots here of the Dow. So I've invested $300 into the Dow Jones 30, and the reason being is because I think that we are going to go and retest that 30,200 level because we are about to get a bullish crossover with a 50-day EMA piercing above the 200 on the hourly chart, and as well as that, I've got my stop loss below that. So both of those EMAs should offer support here in the Dow. Let's have a look at the RSI on the chart. So you guys should have a position open in in crude oil and a position open in the Dow Jones 30 right now. That gives us free margin of 750 still to play with, which is fantastic. US markets opening in just under 45 minutes as well. I really do want to keep my eye on the gold markets though. I really want that buy order to be triggered. So we're currently at $46. Come on, guys, we're only a few cents away. Hopefully it can go down and trigger at $76. I'm going to be keeping a very close eye on that. Crude oil is creeping up as well. Still in profit on that of $12. Dow Jones 30, I expect it to be moving rather slow, but at the open, I'm looking to see whether we can go and retest that 30,200. We were trading that up that high not so long ago. We did briefly touch it in yesterday's trading session. I'm a buyer. We have got stimulus, guys. We've got stimulus. That's money getting flown into the people of America's pockets, the small businesses as well. So the Dow should do very well. But Dow Jones is kind of like the recovery trade here. So any good news with regards to COVID or vaccinations and stuff, the Dow typically does very well. Where are we on the gold markets? We're only 70 cents away from getting our buy triggered here. I'm actually going to... Okay, guys, I'm going to buy now. Buy gold 0.5, buy gold 0.5, and then what we're going to do, we're going to cancel the order. We are going to cancel the order that we have. So we bought in about 50 cents higher than what we should have done. There we go. So I've cancelled the order and I've bought gold in at 0.5. So we bought 80 cent higher than what I would have liked to have done, but it doesn't matter because I do expect gold to go and retarget. So I'm going to put a take profit up at 18.80 to make $159 profit. But once again, if we get 100 on that, I would be a buyer. So you should have bought gold 0.5 lots. We're currently at 1876.18. That's exactly where you should have bought gold. All three trades at the moment are currently sitting in the green, guys. There we go. Gold's already $15 up in profit. Did you guys all get in? Did you guys all get into that gold trade? Leave me a comment if you did. You should have the free trades open right now, guys. Well done if you did. Now we're just going to do a bit of waiting. We're going to sit on these trades and see if they bring in the goods. If you're joining this stream, we currently have a buy position in oil, we have a buy position in gold, and we have a buy position in the Dow Jones 30. And we've already made 17.9% since starting this stream 51 minutes ago. We just got to sit patiently. Sit very patiently. Are there any questions that you guys have for me, which I can maybe answer whilst we wait on these trades? It could take 30 minutes or so for these trades to come good. Are there any questions that you have? So I've got a question about the Euro-US dollar. Do I think it's going to pull back to 1.20? Yes, I do. The dollar's had a horrific run over the past couple of weeks and months. I do think that it's going to continue for another year or so. But Euro-US dollar is, if you look at the RSI, it's very overbought at this moment in time. So it does need a pullback. So I do expect it to go and retest 1.20 or at least 1.21. I think it did yesterday. So I do think it will pull back towards 1.20. There we go. Gold's up $20. Nice little movement towards the upside there. Any more questions? What do I think about gold next year? That's a very good question. I've had a lot of comments on my YouTube video whenever I post a daily video with regards to gold. And people are very bearish on gold. They think that it's going to peak at this level now. But one thing I do want to point out with the gold markets is back in the 2008 and the 2009 financial crisis, where we've experienced not to the same extent, but we still experience a lot of the support that we've experienced this year with the Fed helping us, with the Fed buying back corporate bonds, all these stimulus deals and stuff like that. The exact same support was offered in the 2008 to 2009 financial crisis. And gold didn't hit its peak until 2011, which is 3 years after that aid was offered. So that's one thing I do want to point out for you guys, is that I don't expect gold to hit its all-time high for another year or two yet. But I'm so bullish on gold. You know, we're in a low interest rate environment. COVID is still a huge threat globally, so I would not be selling gold and I would not be taking profit share. I think gold is about to explode towards the upside, trade well above 2,100. Some of the biggest banks in the world, the likes of Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, they all have price targets of 2,300 for gold for the end of 2021. So I'm very bullish on gold. Max, what are your thoughts on Bitcoin? Now, Bitcoin's very interesting. Back in 2018, when Bitcoin went to 20K, I advised all my clients not to buy Bitcoin. I didn't like it. I didn't like it back in 2018. But now I do. I think that Bitcoin could be a game changer because the US dollar is experiencing an immense amount of weakness. I don't think that, a lot of people are saying that this is going to be the end to the US dollar. I don't think that is the case, but I really like Bitcoin. I think, anything digital, so digital currencies are going to be the future, of course, but I really do like Bitcoin. I see it going to 30K very shortly, and I think going into 2022, Bitcoin could be as high as 50 to 60K. I know that a lot of people on Wall Street think that as well, and Bitcoin hasn't had that much attraction with regards to Wall Street money yet, and Wall Street money can change things like that. So I would definitely keep your eyes on Bitcoin. I would definitely buy it at these levels before it's too late. So gold market's now 25 in profit. Crude oil market's moving up now with $27 in profit. Dow's up $7 as well. Total profit is currently 55 on all three of these trades. Fantastic. We've already nearly made 25% on our equity. As you can see, we're currently at 1,250. So really good job with regards to that equity. So I've got a very good question here by Elliot. And for those who haven't watched my video, there was a video I did a little while ago with regards to me losing $50,000 in a week. That was when I was 20 years old. That was when I first started making a lot of money trading. It really clicked then. And then there was a massive 10% pullback in my Dow, and I was risking a lot of money. So if you haven't yet watched that vlog, you should go and watch that video. It's on my YouTube channel. But yes, Elliot's asking the emotions with regards to losing that much money. And how did I recover from it? Well, when I actually lost that money, it was horrible. Of course it was. If you lose $50,000, you want to kill yourself basically. Not kill. I didn't want to. I wasn't suicidal, but inside I was thinking, oh Max, you're an idiot because you lose 50 grand. Some people make that a year. Some people are lucky to even make half of that per year. So I was gutted when I lost it, and it was very difficult. It took me about a year or two to actually start trading properly again, because when you're making, when you've got an account which has such large capital in it, you kind of get used to opening. So for example, let's say gold, you're opening 10 lots per trade, and then all of a sudden you're kind of left with a $1,000 account, and you have to go back to the basics of opening up 0.10 lots, and it's very difficult to to kind of understand that. So that took me a while to adapt, but here I am. It's been 3 years later, and I'm doing better than I ever have before. So hopefully that gives you the motivation. I'm sure every one of you watching this live stream right now has had a massive loss this year, last year, or during your big trading careers. But my advice is to never give up, never ever give up, and to learn from your mistakes. When I lost that 50 grand, I was very greedy, so I actually learned from those mistakes. Right, guys, sorry to interrupt. Gold is currently up at 70. I will happily take profit there. Bang, done. $77 on the gold markets. Bang. I will look to buy in at a lower entry. So close that gold trade. We just made $77. Our account balance is now at 1,251. So we've just made 25% profit since joining. So well done, guys. We've made 25%. Since joining, since starting this live stream. So we're going to look to see whether the gold markets can pull back. That's fantastic. And that, as you can see, the gold markets have now hit that 50-day EMA. So we could have a little pullback here. The gold markets could potentially struggle to break above the 50-day EMA here. But that is exactly what I was targeting, that red line. And that's exactly what the markets have gone up and hit. So who just made money on that gold trade? Let me see some comments. I want you to see it. So $75 made, well done. $45 made by Harrison, well done, guys. Who else made some money on that gold trade? Don't be shy. Leave a comment. Let me know how much money. We've made 25% in under an hour on our original deposit here. It's fantastic. $200 by Jimmy Williams, well done. SKH, $80. $3,150 is someone's up today. Well done, fantastic. $80. $30, well done. 119, £83 by Jay, well done, mate, well done, Jay. $50, fantastic guy. Isman just made $855, well done, guys. Paul's up £84. Well done, guys. This really is good trading today. Really, the markets are a little bit volatile, which is very good news for us. So crude oil has pulled back ever so slightly, not to worry. We're going to buy the NASDAQ here, guys. We're actually going to buy the NASDAQ. Where is the NASDAQ? US Tech on, there we go. The good old US Tech, we pull back to 43. I'm going to target 50. Problem is the margin here, guys. It's not great. See, no, the margin's not great here, guys. I don't really want to invest $600 just to make 50. So the problem with the indices, the margin is very, very tough. we need a steeper pullback for us to enter into the NASDAQ there. So I'm going to give it a miss for now. We're going to keep our eye out on the gold markets though. Any dips that occur on the gold markets, we will take advantage of. But 25% we've already made so far. Fantastic, guys. Gold's already pulling back ever so slightly. We're going to put a buy order down at, so we're going to put a limit order and we're going to enter at 76, so 1876 with a take profit up at 1880 to make $200 profit. Boom. So that's a buy order, guys, that you want to be placing here on the gold markets up at 1876 with a take profit up at 1880. It's an order. Don't open position now. It's a buy order. So hopefully the gold markets can pull back ever so slightly and we can trade it back up again. So we're going to keep that open for now whilst we focus on our other two trades, which is oil, which is in the loss at the moment. So Paul's asking, why do I not trade the British pound over the US dollar? And that's because I'm not a massive fan of Forex, guys. I really am not a massive fan of Forex. Let me just open it up again. There we go. Yeah, so I'm not a massive fan of Forex. I find it very volatile, very choppy, very hard to predict. There's no real explanation as to why the markets move. So I don't really enjoy trading Forex either. You know, like sometimes I'll place a trade and I'll make a lot of money and I'll kind of sit back and think, I'm not really sure why the markets move towards the upside that quick, but oh well, I'll take the money and run. But there's other times when, you know, it works against me. There we go. Gold's just hitting 1880. That was where I was targeting. There we go. The buyers have come back in and protected that gold market, which is good to see. Hopefully we can pull back $4 or $3. We shall see. But yes, that's just a simple answer, Paul. I just don't enjoy trading Forex markets. I prefer trading gold, crude oil, and the indices and US stocks. My starting capital today, Aussie Trader, was $1,000. So we're currently up 25% in just over an hour here trading. There we go. Gold is up at 1880. NASDAQ pulling back nicely. Oh, I really want to buy the NASDAQ, guys. We are going to buy the NASDAQ. We're going to buy the NASDAQ ahead of the open as well, especially. So we're going to be targeting 12,750. And I'm going to be buying 10 lots, guys. So margin required is 600. That's to make pretty much $100 profit. There we go. We've just bought the NASDAQ, 10 lots, 10 lots. So our margin is pretty used up now. We only have $75, but I really like the NASDAQ. I think as soon as the market opens, that will recover nicely and it will hit that 1750 area to make $100 profit. Even if we can go up roughly around $50, I would probably take $50 just for a quick scalp here on the NASDAQ. So our margin is pretty used up now. But as I mentioned, if we can make $50 just before the market's open here on the NASDAQ, that is a great trade, and I'll close it and take the money and run. So you should have a buy in the NASDAQ, a buy in the crude oil markets, and a buy in the Dow Jones 30. So keep a close eye there. We go. Gold is up and away above the 50-day EMA. It'll be interesting to see whether we get a pullback. Obviously, I have my buy order at 1876. I don't have enough margin for that to execute now, but hopefully I can close that NASDAQ beforehand. So you just need to be a bit patient now, guys. It might take a little while. Crude oil's fallen a little bit, minus 50 on the crude oil. NASDAQ, minus 30. Minimum Dow's minus 30 as well. But Dow will move a little bit slower. I'm really looking for the indices to move towards the upside when the market's open in 25 minutes time. 25 minutes time. Just waiting patiently, guys, for these trades. Is anyone watching this live stream not a member of our Signal team yet? Don't worry if you're not. Leave a comment if you're not. Who is not a member of our Signal team? So there's a few of you who aren't. Why are you not a member of our Signal team? Do you guys know how to join if you wanted to? Definitely advise you on doing so. What I'm going to do for those who are interested in joining our Signal team, I'm going to leave our website below. You can visit our website and we charge a very small fee of $249 and you can receive our trading signals. We send 1 to 3 on a daily basis. You can sign up on our website, guys. Okay, our trades are suffering a little bit here. We're all pretty much down $50 on every trade. Not too worried though. I have confidence that the NASDAQ will shoot back up. Probably take profit at around 12,445. Sorry, 12,745. Yep, so the signals are sent via WhatsApp. You'll be added straight away to a WhatsApp group. We already have some trades open at this moment in time. So it'll be like today, but every day. Really want to get out of this NASDAQ trade because it's using up a lot of capital. If there's any dips in gold, I'm keeping a very close eye on gold. If we can get a pullback, if we got a pullback down towards the 1875 area, I would close the NASDAQ in a small loss and buy gold. Dow not really doing much prior to the US markets opened. And then crude oil, as you can see, it tested the bottom of this uptrend and it's kind of paired some of its losses, but we really need it to turn positive on the day. We're down roughly 15 cents since when I bought in here in the crude oil markets. There we go. NASDAQ recovering nicely. We're pretty much flat now. Really want to close in at the NASDAQ. Richard's asking, when do we generally send out signals? Typically, it's during the European and the US session, Richard. But whenever there's an opportunity that presents itself, I will send a signal. I'm trading on IC markets, guys, for those who are asking. So people ask me, how often am I going to be streaming? I definitely want to make it a more common thing, but it does, it is very time consuming, especially because I've got work to do here, the Signal team that I like to focus on. So it's something that I'm going to be thinking about in the future. I might start doing paid entries to do live streams. So I might take it over to Zoom in the future, where you can just, entry fees of $50 to $100, but you'd have already made $150 profit if there was a $100 entry fee to this, because we're already up 25%. So it's something I'm thinking about, guys. Do you enjoy the live streams? I think a lot of you do. There's 250 of you watching now, so we've grown definitely from last time. Last time there was only around 100 of you, so it's fantastic to see there's more of you tuning in for this live stream. NASDAQ is back in the green. Come on, NASDAQ. I love the NASDAQ. Tesla's up pre-markets today at roughly 3% because it's announced that it's going to be rivaling Tesla with electric vehicles. Very interesting indeed. I know that they were interested in looking into vehicles a few years back, but they scrapped the idea because it was too expensive. But I'm sure they regret making that decision now. American Airlines, I have 115 grand in American Airlines as we speak. It's up 1.61%. By the way, guys, if none of you follow me on Instagram, please do so. Daily Market Movements is our Instagram name. And that's where I'll be updating when we'll be doing future live sessions. So please go and give us a follow on Instagram now. Of course, we'll just be posting daily news as well. So it'll be very, very beneficial for you guys to follow us on Instagram. So Daily Market Movements is our Instagram name. Go and give us a follow. If you're tuning into this live stream, put it on your story, tag us in it. It'll be muchly appreciated. Just to really get that account going. So I've only just started it this week. It was an old account. If you're wondering why it's got 15,000 followers, it was an old account that I used just for a different business I had, just like a dummy account. But I deleted all of the old posts and stuff, and I've just turned it into Daily Market Movement. So do go and give it a follow, guys. Please, please, please. Someone's asking, why am I on YouTube and how do you make money? I'm on YouTube because it has a very broad audience. I myself, I'm a visual learner. I learn through videos. I learn through pictures. I'm not very good at reading books because I'm dyslexic. So I knew that there would be an audience out there for people who would be just like me, who would much rather, watch a video learning of someone teaching them how to trade through video learning and, through pictures rather than just reading a big, massive book with 500 pages, just black and white. Like if I see a book, I'm just, I hate it. So that's why. Come on, guys. Give me a follow on Instagram. Daily Market Movements. Whilst we wait for these trades to come in. There we go. I've already got seven of you. Well done. That's what I like to see, guys. Keep following. Keep following. I'm watching. Patience is the key here, guys. Only 17 minutes now until the US markets open. That's where I really expect the NASDAQ and the Dow trade to come alive. Well done, guys. Thank you for those follows. If you are just joining us, you should have a buy position in oil, a buy position in the Dow, and a buy position in the NASDAQ. We're already up 25% since starting this live stream. $250 profit. Da, 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 da. 16 minutes now, guys, until the US markets open. 16 minutes. Someone's asking, do we offer trading courses? We used to, but now we just prefer to offer signals. A lot of people think that trading signals is just copying me, which is not really the case. For those who are on my signal team, you'll know that sometimes I do explain why I've entered a trade. I'll post a chart or two. But as well as that, we also offer a service where you can just send us a private message and we'll try our best. We have hundreds of messages on a daily basis and we'll try our best to kind of message you privately and explain why we've taken a trade, or we'll just send a voice note. So our company slogan is earn and learn at the same time. We don't just want you to copy us. We want you to learn at the same time as well. So we don't have a course yet. It's definitely something I will look into. I'm very busy at the moment, diversifying my portfolio, opening up barbershops, beauty salons, what have you not. But after March, I will be solely focusing on daily market movements, and we're really hoping to grow it. Obviously, at the moment, we have the office here, but I'm really looking to expand the office and to employ some more people. Why don't I make a Dow Jones 30 forecast video? You know what? I have been thinking of it. But the S&P 500 video doesn't really get that many views. That's why I only get roughly 200 views a day. But one market I am interested in doing is Bitcoin. Would you guys be interested in me posting a Bitcoin video on a daily basis? Keeping up with the trends. So those who are just joining now, I see that the stream numbers keeps popping up. We currently have a buy position in crude oil. We have a buy position in the Dow, and we have a buy position in the NASDAQ. The market opens in 15 minutes time. and we really are expecting these trades to go up in the green once the market's open. We've already made $250 profit today. We've been streaming for an hour and a quarter, and we're up 25%, so it really has been great. When am I doing silver? Clint's asking. That's a very good point. I have thought about doing silver. I don't know. I don't know if the market's big enough to do silver. That's my honest answer. I could do silver. I don't want to be doing too many videos though, because they are very time consuming. The issue is that at the moment, as I mentioned, I've got so many. I've got my fingers in so many different pies. With regards to the barbershop that I'm currently getting open and stuff like that, so it's quite tough for me to be sat doing videos. If I come to the office the whole day to do videos, then yes, I could. And after March, that's definitely when I will be broadening out the videos. So NASDAQ's minus 50, Dow's minus 17, got crude oil's minus 20. Just patiently waiting now for the US markets to open. What percentage am I currently risking? Oliver's just asked me. That's a very good question. It's a very difficult question for me to answer, because on some trades I have a stop loss, some trades I don't. Actually, no, I think on all three I don't have a stop loss right now, but I will be observing them. I'm in front of my screen. If you are just joining the stream, this is not the risk management I use on my normal account. This is just for a bit of fun, guys. So do not reflect this risk management that I'm doing on your main accounts. Good question. So what risk management strategy do I normally stick to when trading with my own money, with my big accounts? I risk 5% per trade, but quite a lot of the time I don't actually put stop losses. With my signals, I always put a stop loss, but on my personal account, I don't always trade with stop losses because I like to hedge. Now, for those who don't know what hedging is, it's basically when you buy and sell the market at the same time. And hedging is a very good strategy if you have a position open, which is, it's going bad, but you don't want to close it because you believe it will eventually go back up. So what you do, so let's say if I bought crude oil, let's say this afternoon, and then tomorrow we had a horrible day in crude oil, sunk all the way to $45 a barrel. What I could then do, if I thought that crude oil was going to go all the way down to $40 a barrel, I don't really want to close the buy position, because I would be in a significant loss because I bought up at $49 a barrel and it's now at 45. But what I could do is open a sell, the exact same quantity that I bought the buy with, up at $49. So I would then open a sell trade. So that would then mean I have a buy and a sell trade open at the same time. I could ride oil down to 40, close the sell in profit. There's a massive support at $40, and then your buy, obviously it's in a horrific amount of loss, but you've just waived the loss because you opened a sell up at $45 a barrel. But then if the oil markets did rebound back up towards $49, you could then close it out at zero and break even on that buy trade that you've held that whole time, but you would have profited on the sell from $45 down to 40. So hedging is a really good way to recover losses. It's a very skillful. It's like it does require a lot of skill with hedging, because psychologically it takes a massive toll on you, because you're always thinking, crap, you basically have to cherry pick a bottom. It's very difficult to do, and you can become very impatient when hedging. So it is tough. I would definitely, if you want to learn how to do it, definitely practice it with small amounts at first. Waiting patiently, guys. 11 minutes now until the market opens. So someone just asked me, why on my signals do I have a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio? And that's a very good question. A lot of traders wouldn't like that. seem to be as a bad thing. You know, everyone normally has a 4-to-1 risk reward ratio, but I find that my success rate is currently 76% trading, what is of 2020. So if I have a 1-for-1 risk reward ratio, that means I'm a profitable trader. And I don't know, I definitely prefer having a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, but sometimes, as I mentioned, I don't always have a stop loss, but I'm always observing the markets on a daily basis. And yes, that is a very good point as well. I do risk a maximum of 5% of my account balance per trade. So a 1-for-1 risk reward ratio isn't so bad. I would have to lose 20 trades in a row, which is unheard of. You know, if you lose 20 trades in a row, you're not a very good trader. And I think that you should go back to a demo account. So, you know, it's never occurred in my whole trading career, even when I first started, to lose 20 trades in a row. But if you risk 5% per trade on your stop loss, then you'd have to lose 20 trades in a row to basically blow your whole account. So that's a food for thought. Well done for being patient here, guys. Not much longer now. 9 minutes until the US markets open. Crude oil is recovering nicely. The Dow's up. It's just a NASDAQ actually that's lagging now. It's a shame I couldn't open it at this low of a level. But I'm hoping, even if I can make $50 or $100 on this NASDAQ trade, that's perfect. So someone's asking what my take profit is currently on the NASDAQ. It's currently up at 12,750. But I might actually move my take profit on the NASDAQ, guys. Let's move the take profit on the NASDAQ to 12,760. That will give us $189 profit. So we've just moved the take profit on the NASDAQ to 12,760 to give us $180 profit. So we'll be in this market slightly longer. Gold, as you can see, it's a lot up and away. We've broken above the 50-day EMA. It'll be interesting to see how that market reacts. That was a beautiful trade at gold. We bought it down at 1874 at the start of the stream. I said we're likely to target the 50-day EMA, and that's exactly what happened. Going on to the crude oil markets, as you can see, we're in an uptrend. If I take you into the 1 hour chart, there we go. We've been testing this 200-day EMA, so it'll be very interesting to see whether it does offer some sort of support. You know, if we reflect at this area here, we tested the 200-day EMA, and eventually we had a pop where we then hit the 50-day EMA. And that's exactly what I'm forecasting to happen here. I'm predicting for us to hit that 50-day EMA once the US markets open, which is currently up at $47.65 a barrel. If we hit that, we'll make roughly $100 to $150 profit on our crude oil trade. And then obviously with the Dow, very slow movements here, but I like this one the most technically. We've got a 1-for-1 risk reward ratio here. We bought at 30,100. We have a stop loss down at 30,000, which is this red line here. But more importantly, down at 30,000 and 30,050, so 50 points below where we bought. We have a bullish crossover happening. And for those who don't know what a bullish crossover, it's where the 50-day EMA crosses above the 200-day EMA, which is the blue line. And as you can see, that's just about to occur here. A great example, here we go. Oh, sorry, let me just drag this chart over here. A great example of that would be here, for example. It doesn't work all the time, but sometimes it can indicate a large move towards the upside. We had the 50-day EMA, which pierced above the 200-day EMA, which formed a bullish crossover. And as you can see, from when that happened, when we were trading down at 27,300, we rallied significantly, and then we had our bearish crossover that occurred all the way up at 29,986. So we basically had a 3,000 point move from that bullish crossover all the way up towards the next bearish crossover. So if that occurred here, you know, we could see another 3,000 points towards the upside. Not today, but you never know. But you know, that's a very good strategy. But also the 50 and 200-day EMA offer plenty of support in the markets. So the reason I bought in at 30,100, targeting towards 30,200, is because we have a lot of support within the 100 points down towards our stop loss at 30,000. So that is why. Crude oil markets, see, struggling at the 50-day EMA ever so slightly. Really hoping for the NASDAQ to pull back. 5 minutes, guys, until the markets open. 5 minutes. If you guys haven't given this video a like yet, please do so. Just help spread the stream, and then hopefully other traders who are just watching, who are just browsing on my YouTube, they will then discover the stream. The more the merrier, as they say. NASDAQ nearly minus 100 now, not great, but I do expect the US Open to save it. Dow holding steady. Come on, NASDAQ. Just need a 30-point jump from where we are now. There we go, 99 likes, 100 likes. Can we get 150 likes? That would be amazing. Really appreciate it, guys. The more people we have watching this stream, the funner it is, right? And if you haven't yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so. It would be very beneficial as we post daily videos of the markets. So do I think gold will have a correction? Someone just asked me because it's testing the 50-day EMA. Yeah, it could pull back. If we could get a pullback down towards 1875, that would be fantastic. I'd be jumping all over that. I'd probably close the NASDAQ at a $100 loss and buy in, targeting back up towards 1880. Or if I didn't close the NASDAQ, I'd probably close another trade. 3 minutes left until we open, guys. 3 minutes left until we open. Da, 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 da. NASDAQ pulling back rather quite a lot now. It's down roughly 25 points. This would have been an area where I would have loved to have jumped in, ideally. But unfortunately, I missed the cue on that. Dun, 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 dun. 2 minutes. 2 minutes until the market opens. NASDAQ's currently minus 200. Not good at all. It's down at 12,722. We bought up 12,740. So only 18 points above where we're currently trading now. Really not good for the NASDAQ. Our equity is back down to 1,000. But our balance is up 25%. Hopefully the NASDAQ can correct itself when the market opens. We also have the Dow open up at $45 a barrel. Got to keep a close eye on my margin level. We're currently at 90%, as you can see. If that goes to 50, it closes me out trade. So I do need to keep a very close eye on that. If that goes below 70%, that's when I start to get worried. So the US market open could be a little bit nerve-wracking here at the open, but I anticipate the NASDAQ to claw back its losses. We've got 1 minute here. I've got my TV playing in my office with CNBC. Let's listen out for the opening bell. I love to hear the opening bell.
Getting ready for a Tuesday morning opening bell. Of course,
there we go. Don't know if you can hear it or not.
From yesterday, where the Dow wiped out a 423-point loss. Jim, and to your earlier point, added some additional gains.
1 minute left until the market opens.
After the bell.
Listen out for the bell, guys. Listen out for the bell. I expect the NASDAQ to claw back its losses.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I'm kind of
looking for the NASDAQ to claw back its losses. Dow's at minus 45. I'm expecting that to pop up as well. Hopefully crude can come out as well. Margin level's at 92%, so it's not too bad now. Listening out for the open bell. Listening out for the open bell. Here we go, guys. Market's about to open.
They don't like to wait till 9:30. They're in there buying.
There's the bell.
4:30 in the morning. Every day. I see him buying at 4:30 in the morning. Very impressive.
So markets are now open. NASDAQ's fallen. Not looking good for the NASDAQ. I might have to close out a trade here. I'd have to close out the Dow. If I closed out, I'd keep the NASDAQ alive. Jesus. Stay above. 75% margin. Come on, NASDAQ. Reclaw its losses. NASDAQ's down significantly here, guys. Down roughly $400. Bought a bit too early there. Margin level, it's getting tight. I might have to close crude. I'm going to close crude at minus 12 loss. That's now giving us some more margin to play with. I like the indices. Hopefully the NASDAQ can claw back some losses here. I might have to close the Dow in a loss. So we just lost about $9 on that crude oil, which I don't really mind. Hopefully we can recover some losses here. If my margin level goes below 70%, I might have to take losses on the Dow. Oh, NASDAQ is getting hurt here. I might have to close the Dow. If we go below 60%, then I might have to close the Dow. We're recovering a bit nicely now. Really bad open for the NASDAQ. We've pretty much given back all of our gains. I wasn't anticipating that, but at the same time I had mentioned that this is a pattern that had formed for the past couple of weeks here in the markets, that at the open the indices had dipped, and then about 20 or 30 minutes into the open they had recuperated their losses. Keeping a very close eye here on my margin. We're up at 80% now, so it's not so bad. So we did close a trade there, guys. We only closed oil at minus $12, so it wasn't too bad. We only lost $12. Oh, margin's not looking good. I might have to close here, guys. I might have to close. Really need the NASDAQ to pull back up. Closing my Dow. So we got my NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is absolutely killing us here. Not looking good at all on my NASDAQ. I would hedge it, but I don't have enough capital. My free margin's only at minus 60. This is the problem. Hopefully the NASDAQ can recuperate. Not good gains here at all, guys. Not good. We really need the NASDAQ to pull back. I've had to close the Dow, which has hurt our balance. Our balance is now down at $1,071. So we've given back a lot of our gains here at the open. Probably have got in a bit too early. We're still up 7% on this trading session. So, there we go. It's correcting itself a lot better now. So we're still up $71. We're still up $71. We took a loss there. If the NASDAQ hits our take profit, it'll give us $189 profit. So that would be 189 plus the 71. We're already up. So that would take us to 260. So we would have still gained a further 1%. So we would be at 1,260. So not all is lost yet, guys. We just need to see a turnaround here in the NASDAQ. Not the best open there. I would have much rather taken advantage there. Margin level still looking okay. We're still up at around 90%. For NASDAQ can go back above minus 300, minus 200. That's good. I do expect 12,700 to hold. If we get the NASDAQ 100 up on a chart, that could help. No, that wasn't the right thing. Where is the NASDAQ futures? Where are the futures? How about US Tech? Just trying to find a bloody chart. They've all got different names there everywhere. See, this is a NASDAQ 100, but this isn't the futures NASDAQ. No, I'll have to show it on my website. So minus 500 here, really fighting hard for NASDAQ to stay above that 12,700 area. There it is. Why is the NASDAQ not? Oh, there we go. NASDAQ futures. US Tech. Let's see if I can get it on this one. US Tech. There we go, the NASDAQ futures. Here we go, guys. So there we have that massive sell-off. But now we have the 50-day EMA, which should offer some sort of support. We're currently minus 514, not good. Margin level is okay, we're at 80%. So we still have some room for error here. So the 50-day EMA, we really need that to hold on the hourly chart. If it does, then hopefully we can then recuperate our losses and trade back up towards the all-time highs here. But, you know, a lot of selling going into the open. As I mentioned, that was a pattern that had formed. But medium to long term, we are looking rather bullish here, as we had a bullish crossover with the 50-day EMA piercing above the 200-day EMA. But hopefully we can recuperate our losses here. If we hit our take profit here in the NASDAQ 100 trade, then we are still at a session all-time high. So that's what we really need. RSI is currently bang on at 50, so we're nowhere near considered to be overbought or oversold. Yes, I would normally hedge this trade now. See, this is a perfect example of hedging, but unfortunately I don't have the margin. Probably jumped in this indice a little bit too soon. Didn't, you know, the margin wasn't great, but it's only for a bit of fun, guys. Hopefully that it can turn around. We had a great start. At least that's given us some leverage if we do it. If a loss does occur here. What did the gold markets do at the open? So they did have a little bit of a pullback down to 76. What I'm going to do now, guys, I know that we still have our order at 76. I'm going to close that. We do not want that opening because that will kill our margin. Crude oil markets fell lower, so it's good that we got rid of that. Hopefully the NASDAQ can pull back here. I do like the tech, guys. Don't forget, we're entering Christmas. And everyone is going to be buying presents at home, okay? It's going to be the biggest e-commercial Christmas ever. And companies know this, right? If you're a company that sells products, let's say that you do have plenty of outlet stores, you're going to know that your sales from those stores are going to be a significant amount lower this year. So what are companies then going to do? They're going to go and approach companies like Facebook, like Google, who offer online advertisement services, and they're then going to pay money to advertise their company, their products through Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, through Google, for example, because don't forget, Google owns YouTube, and then of course Facebook owns Instagram. And so companies like Facebook, like Instagram, are going to have a blowout quarter, that's for sure. Companies like Apple, which sell the products themselves, Apple's a great example. They're the type of companies that will be approaching Instagram, will be approaching Google to advertise their products. Apple's going to have a blowout quarter. Amazon, wow, what a quarter Amazon I'm expecting. Going into the end of January 2021, Amazon will be reporting their quarter, and I'm just expecting a blowout quarter. I myself must have already ordered 100 things from Amazon this month. God knows how many things I've ordered from Amazon since the start of this pandemic back in March. So NASDAQ 100 starting to recuperate a little bit more. Important that it holds 12,700 as it does offer a large psychological presence. So yes, our risk-reward ratio here hasn't been great, but we are protected by the 50-day EMA here. There we go, nice pullback here. I do expect the NASDAQ to recuperate its losses here. This is a pattern that I did mention has been forming. Not so much in the NASDAQ, more in the Dow and the S&P 500. At the open, we have fallen, but then since then we have recuperated our losses and been actually traded higher. Thank God we closed the Dow. The Dow's at 29,995 now, so that's nearly broken at 30,000 level. That would have hit our stop loss. Remember, we had a stop loss, so that trade didn't work out. So we're back above 12,700. Well, no, sorry, we're not back above. Oh yeah, no, we are. So we're back above 12,700. It's 12,701 here on the NASDAQ 100. We're just waiting to see whether we can recuperate. So that's absolutely fine. It's a shame that we had to give back some of our gains, but we're still in profit for the day. Equity-wise, we just need to hope for a rebound here in the NASDAQ 100. I see a few comments with regards to the risk management. I've told you guys before, this isn't the normal risk management I use on my trading accounts. Of course it's not. It's just for a bit of fun. I said trade with money you can afford to lose. We're just going to be scalping the markets. So no, this isn't the risk management I use on my actual trading accounts. In fact, but I don't always trade with stop losses, but I do have a lot of money to back those trades up. But yes, this account was just for some fun today, so don't take it so serious. Let's check out what the NASDAQ's doing on the broker. So we're only minus 300 now, so we are getting a bit better. And as you can see, our margin's well above 100%, so looking a lot more healthier now with regards to that. We might just have to wait now and kill some time to see whether the NASDAQ can return back towards its all-time highs. Hopefully it won't take so long. Those who watch my daily videos, you know, if you are a big fan of a NASDAQ 100, for example, I've always advised people never to sell it. You should never ever sell it. Indices were a financial product which were created to go higher. Okay, so these products were created to go higher. And if we look at the NASDAQ 100, you know, dating back all the way back to 2000 and God knows when, 2010, it looks like. As you can see, the NASDAQ 100 has always gone higher, 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 higher. And that's because technology is always getting better. You know, for example, back then you would have had the likes of Nokia, which would have been in a lot of tech indices. And then, of course, when Nokia eventually flopped because it didn't innovate, their products didn't keep up with the times. We had the likes of Apple, which then come in, for example. And Apple would have just... it would have just basically taken Nokia out of the indices, and then Apple would have then introduced itself into these indices. And that's why these products are always designed to go higher, because they're always following the top stocks. So here we have a NASDAQ 100 that's following the top technology stocks in the US. And that's why we've done so well over time. They always go up. So I would never, ever, ever sell the NASDAQ 100. You just simply want to buy the dips. And yes, you do have moments like this when we have horrific pullbacks, but these are very, very, very difficult to forecast and to predict. So I would be a buyer of the dips. You know, back in March, I was a massive buyer of this dip. I did get burnt because I tried to buy here, but I got burnt and then it fell down. And then once it finally bottomed out, you know, we traded there for about 2 weeks, and I thought, okay, I think it's bottom now. And that's why I just added buy trades. I mean, every now and then we had a small dip, and a lot of traders were coming in saying, this is it, we're going to go and retest the lows. And I said, you know, don't sell this indice. We're trading back above the 200, back above the 50-day EMA. So what you want to be doing, guys, is buying the dips. And every single little dip occurred. Yes, it was frustrating because you wait a month and then you're pretty much back to where you were trading a month ago. But you just have to keep buying the dips, adding to your portfolios. There you go. You buy another dip there, and over time you will make a lot of money. And that's exactly what you have to do here. But one reason why I was bullish for today going into NASDAQ 100 is because yesterday we formed this hammer candlestick, and typically a hammer is a very bullish signal going into the next trading day. As you can see, we did trade significantly lower, but we pulled back to form a candlestick that looks like a hammer. So today I was anticipating for it to be very bullish, especially just underneath all-time highs. But we're only minus 320 now here on the NASDAQ 100, so we are recovering. Equity's up at 750. So we are getting there. It's just going to need a little bit of patience, really, with this trade. Let's see what gold is doing. Oh, look at gold. See, now I would love to have bought gold down at 1874. Such a shame that that we've got these losses in the NASDAQ. That is a beautiful buying opportunity here in the gold markets. Beautiful. If that goes down to 1870, I might take a small lot, well, not small, medium loss on the NASDAQ and jump back into the gold. So yes, it wouldn't be great for our account balances, but if it offers a cheaper price, I would definitely be willing to buy that low. So there, look, you can see on the gold market we've been rejected from that 50-day EMA. See, we're moving lower now. If we can go back down towards 1870, I would definitely hop out of the NASDAQ briefly and jump back into the crude. So I would take a 250 loss, but I'll jump back into the gold markets. I like buying gold, I really do. Free margin 195, I don't really want to risk it. I don't want to stretch my margin any more than what it is, but the NASDAQ is recovering nicely here. Only minus 240 now. I really do like this gold though. Such a shame. If I was a bit more patient at the open, then you know, we could have been laughing now. We could have bought this dip in the gold market. We're gonna be patient now, though. NASDAQ recovering nicely now. Only minus 230. Only minus 200. Come on, NASDAQ. If a NASDAQ hits, I'll take profit, and hopefully gold can stay roughly around these levels, and that would offer a great opportunity, and we can grow our account to 50%. So not all is lost yet, guys. A lot of you have been negative and joking around in the comment section there when we started to go down. But, you know, this is trading. The markets don't always go up, and that reflects on your account balances. Your balances don't always go up. You know, there's some days when you make money, and then there's some days when you lose money. That's trading. So we're just going to patiently wait for the NASDAQ to regain its losses here, guys. I'm just going to nip to a toilet, so I'll be back in 2 minutes' time. There we go. NASDAQ is recovering. Sorry about that, guys. I'm back now. Good to see that the NASDAQ is recovering. What's gold doing? Oh, it's trading down. It's making it even more inviting. Take the $170 loss, but I still like the NASDAQ. I'm still going to keep it. So a lot of you are asking why have I got such terrible risk management for this video, and that's the answer. It is only for this video only. You know, I could just trade with my normal risk management, and you know, usually it takes me a few days to close a trade, and I you know, it would all bore you if you watch me trading, how I trade it on my normal account, because you'd just be sat there for days watching, you know. So, you know, one of the trades I have open at the moment, I've had it open for over a month. So I think that pretty much answers as to why I have terrible risk management for this video. It's just for a bit of entertainment. I said it at the start of this video, it is for a bit of fun. And, you know, the likelihood is the NASDAQ could crash and I could lose the full $1,000. But let's hope that it doesn't. We're still in profit here. We have $71 on the account balance. And the NASDAQ is recovering well here. We're currently at 12,733. We bought in at 12,740. So we are approaching profit. So, you know, we did go as high as 1,250 account balance, but we've lost $220, and we're now at $1,071. So it's not bad at all. Come on, NASDAQ. It's crazy how high these indices go. I'll never forget when I was younger, when I first started trading. I remember the NASDAQ was down at like 5,000. The Dow was down at around 14,000. And now, you know, you got a Dow up at around 30,000. It's just, it is crazy. It really is crazy. Is there any questions that you guys would like me to answer whilst we patiently wait for the NASDAQ to turn around here? Do I check the news before opening a trade? Someone's asked. Good question. I know the news all the time. I've got CNBC playing in the background here. You won't be able to see it on this stream. First thing I do when I wake up in the morning, I read the news. The last thing I do before I go to bed at night, I read the news. Hours throughout the day, I'm reading the news all the time. You need to know what is on the news. If you don't read the news and you're a trader and your strategy is 100% technical, you won't make money. You know, yesterday we had the second stimulus deal. Over the weekend, this new strain of virus in UK has appeared. That's why we saw a massive sell-off yesterday. You know, you need to prepare for these massive movements that can occur in the markets, because you cannot just have a pure 100% technical strategy. So my advice to traders is to kind of find a balance. If you enjoy technical trading, that's fantastic, but also read the news. You know, it doesn't hurt to read the news. It doesn't hurt to do both. You know, when I'm trading US equities, I have a 100%, well, not a 100%, but I'd say I have an 80% fundamental strategy. You know, I look at the quarterly earnings that companies had. You know, so I look at their like financial reports on a quarterly basis. So that's seen as a fundamental. I look just at the general fundamentals. So, for example, Apple announcing that they're going to have electric cars in 2024 to rival Tesla. That is something, if you own the Apple stock, you need to know about that. Right, guys, so we have some nice movement here in the NASDAQ, and we've pretty much recuperated our losses. We're minus 24 all the way down from minus 500. Don't get me wrong, I bought at the wrong time. I was very impatient there, so I'm kind of kicking myself for that. But not to worry. I'm not going to cry over it. We're back in profit on equity as well by 2%. So it's been a very lively open here. But hopefully the NASDAQ can creep up and go into profit. We just need to go up another. Where are we at now? So we're currently at 12,739. We just need to go up 20 points from here, guys. 20 points. It's taken us for a ride at the open here, but that is exactly what I was telling you guys about. This is a pattern that the indices have been doing for the past couple of weeks. At the open, they drop, and then they recuperate their losses 15 to 20 minutes after the open. And as you can see, the markets have been open now for 24 minutes. And that's exactly what's happened. saw that some of you have just said you've closed the NASDAQ. I would definitely keep it open. Definitely keep it open, guys. Here we go. And guys, finally, believe it or not, we are $55 in profit here on the NASDAQ. I'm going to keep it. As I mentioned before, I loved the NASDAQ. I loved it. Very good stocks in there. Of course, you've got best stocks in the world. Apple, Google, Amazon, Netflix, what have you not. And these are what they call the Robin Hood stocks. So, you know, as I mentioned, there's been a lot of new traders this year. And they just, you know, when they buy stocks, these are the big names that they go to. They go to Tesla, they go to Apple, they go to Google, because these are companies that they know. So the NASDAQ always does very, very well. Look at that. We're nearly $100 in profit here on the NASDAQ 100. I really like gold as well, so I might actually get out of this trade now. If we can get to $100, we will get out of the NASDAQ. Bang. Close. $90 profit. We were minus 600 at one point, but we closed $100 profit. So not the best risk management. I bought slightly too early, but we're now going to go into gold, guys. So close your profits on the NASDAQ. And we are back in business, guys. We are back in business. So we're going to go gold, and we're going to buy 0.5 placed. There we go, guys. So we have 0.5 buy here in the gold markets. Very simple. We're just going to target back up towards 1880, and that will give us $259 profit if we hit that that price target. If we drop lower here, though, in the gold market, I will definitely be a buyer again. So if we can go as low as 1873, 1872, I would definitely buy again. So you want to close your NASDAQs and then buy gold market. But our balance, we're currently making 16% on our original balance. Very volatile open there, but we're still in a significant amount of profit since starting this stream. So well done, everyone who managed to survive that with me. Very sorry for taking you on a bit of a ride there. There we go. So as you can see, with $161 in profit since starting this stream roughly 2 hours ago. So gold is moving towards a downside. I will definitely buy it again on the dip. I can see that you guys are saying that the Dow is killing you. I advised you all to close the Dow a little while ago. You need to listen to what I tell you, you know, because it will destroy your margins. So you've got to be very, very careful. That's the beautiful thing about trading gold, though, is that it requires such small amount of margin. Look, our margin now is up at 600%. Fantastic. That's why if we do creep a little bit lower, I would be a buyer. There's great scalping opportunities here for the gold market. So I'm going to put a buy entry at 73. So we're going to do a limit order, and we're going to do it at 73. So we'll buy another 0.5 up at 73, and we'll target 1880 to make $350 profit. So there you go, guys. You want to do a limit order of 0.5 on the gold, and you want to buy in, put that buy order to be executed at 1873. So let's hopefully gold can turn around here. Just to double check, who is still in profit? So I see a lot of you saying that, you know, you're in loss. Let me know if you're still in profit from this stream. I hope you are. I hope you've listened to my trading advice. I'm still $161 in profit, which is 16% of my original capital. So we've still had a great start to the stream here. Fantastic. I love to see that you guys are still in profit. That's good news. Who nearly had a heart attack 1 hour ago? No, 30 minutes ago, sorry. Who was sweating? There we go. Gold's in the green now. Come on, gold. Equity's nearly back up at 120. And that is how we have recovered from that brief fall that occurred. So we are now at $70 profit here in the gold markets. There we go. $100. Fantastic. Great to see gold rebounding here. Let's look at the gold again, once again on investing.com. I do expect it to go up and target that 1878 level. So we're currently $2 away from that level. Oh, don't know what happened there. That's a shame. Probably would have just lost my chart. Got to draw it again. So for those who have arrived late to the stream, my setup here is the EMA crossover, which is the moving averages. And then you go to the settings. I do a 50 for the short and a 200 for the long. Style is blue. There we go. And we are in a hourly chart. And I'm expecting gold to go and target the 50-day EMA, which is roughly $1 away from where we are now. And we are currently in $110 profit here on this gold trade. We're going to be a bit more patient here. We're not going to take profit straight away. But our account is currently at a new all-time high. Our equity is up at 1,262. So it's fantastic, guys. We rebounded perfectly from this within 30 minutes of trading. And our account is pretty much now all-time high if we were to close this trade. And it's a good job that we got out with NASDAQ, because the NASDAQ has fallen since. If the NASDAQ continues to fall here, I will definitely buy it. Now we really can get that perfect entry on the NASDAQ. If NASDAQ goes to 12,710, I will be a buyer. We are near that level now, guys. We are near that level now. If I go on to the 1 hour, there we go, near that 50-day EMA, which is near that 12,700. So I'm going to place a order to buy US tech. We're going to visit an old friend. 1710. So limit order, place an order, 12,710. And we're going to target 40. There we go, guys. 5 lots down at 12,710 here for the NASDAQ. Gold has since fallen into the red, but that's not to worry. Hopefully the NASDAQ can drop another 10 points here, or 15 points. NASDAQ starting to recover. Gold is back in the green, fantastic. We might have just missed that opportunity in the NASDAQ, but I will keep a very close eye on it. And what's crude oil saying? Crude oil, 47.17. So I don't mind actually buying some more crude oil at those lower prices like we did earlier on. So we're going to buy some crude oil, guys, and we're going to have the exact same take profit as earlier on, which will be that 65 area. We're going to buy 3 lots there, so place order. So we just bought 3 lots on crude oil, just like we did earlier on, but of course we had to close it to build up some margin. But we still have 2 orders. We still have another buy on the gold, and we have another buy on the NASDAQ, which will hopefully come into play. Someone's asking on the comments, am I buying the futures? Yes, I am. These are oil futures and indice futures. Let's see if these. So for those who are just joining us, we currently have 2 trades that are currently open. We have a 0.5 buy on gold, which is this beautiful dip that just happened over the past 2 hours. And we have a 3 lots that we just bought in the oil markets. We have an order to buy the NASDAQ, but that's recovered pretty well. So I don't think that's going to be activated. Oh, and our second gold trade has just been activated. Amazing there in the gold markets. Let's get the chart up. Fantastic that our gold has just been triggered. Very good news. There we go. The gold markets are under pressure now. If this turns around, we can make some really good money here, guys. I'm really happy. So that's the second position in the gold markets at 1873 that you guys should have open. So get that gold open. It's another 0.5 trade. Fantastic. We've got take profits on both of them. So if gold markets can go back up to 1880 in today's trading session, that will bring in a significant amount of income. So you should have 2 trades open in the gold markets, guys. 2 trades open in the gold markets. Someone's asking, what sites do I use to read the news? That's a very good question. I love CNBC. CNBC are very good, very trustworthy. Investing.com articles are a load of crap. They are terrible. Don't use investing.com. They write articles. They probably write about 150 articles a day on absolute rubbish. So do not use investing.com for articles, but investing.com to draw up charts is very, very good. But I like CNBC. I like Bloomberg as well. Bloomberg is very, very good, of course. But yeah, so those are the 2 main news charts. I also use TipRanks. TipRanks is a great company as well, but that's more for US equities. You don't really use it. You can't really have. You can't really find much news with regards to oil, gold, and what have you. Not. You can find gold companies, but like the mining companies, but it's not really used for futures. It's more for equity. So here we have the 2. One of our gold positions is now in profit, and the oil position is also in profit as well. Fantastic. Really like these 2 gold positions. If you haven't yet opened them, please make sure you do. They're going to bring in some profit. So there you go. The NASDAQ has rebounded very nicely. Shame we couldn't really take advantage of that. Any dip that occurs in the NASDAQ, I'm all over it. But I'm really happy to be in gold. These 2 buy positions that we have in gold are going to bring in some money. Just got to have some patience here, guys. Just got to have some patience. I really want these gold trades to help us get to that 50% growth, and I believe that they will. You just got to be a little bit patient here, guys. Nice $3 to $4 movement here in the gold markets would be great. Da, da, da. If anyone lives in the UK, drink this water. Strawberry and kiwi. This is beautiful. Best water in the world. 12 calories as well. the last stream that I did for you guys. We got gold moving very nicely here. Sorry, oil moving very, very nicely. There we go, recovered. We're nearly back above that 200-day EMA. I'm going to take some profit on oil here, guys. $45, done. Close oil, close oil. And we're back above that 20% gain. Fantastic. Just going to update this. And there we have it, guys. So our account balance is back above 1,200. We're at 1,206. Really good trade there, guys. Really good trade. So far since starting this stream, we've placed a few trades. We profited $45 on the first trade. We made $90. Sorry, the first trade we made $103 on gold. We then made $75. We went up $171. All three of those trades were on gold. And then, of course, we bought into the indices and the US markets opened. And we had to cut our losses on oil. So I closed out $12. So I had to cut my losses on the Dow. Lost $168. And then, of course, on my NASDAQ, we were minus 500 at one point. But we come back to close it up at $90. That was a great trade. And then we've just made another $45 on the oil markets, which gives us a total of $206 profit so far since starting this stream, which means that we're now 20% up, which is fantastic. How much money did you guys make on that oil trade? Leave me some comments. I want to see some comments, guys. Yeah, as I was saying just before we just closed out that trade, that last, for those who were there for the last stream that I did, I think it lasted roughly four and a half hours, and I didn't have any water with me, and obviously I was having to talk the whole time, and my mouth was so dry. So later today, before this stream happened, I've gone out and I've just got and bought loads of water. Guys, we've just had a trade be opened here. Which trade was it? So the NASDAQ 100 has dipped. We're now at 12,700, guys. So buy the NASDAQ. Fantastic. Great entries here on the NASDAQ. Great entries here on gold market. Oh, this is beautiful. This is really lining up for some good trades here, guys. Not quite sure if anything's happened in the news. But we have the buy in the NASDAQ and we have the buys here in the gold markets. So hopefully the NASDAQ trade can recover. Let's have a look at the NASDAQ chart. Bang. As you can see, we're now testing the 50-day EMA. So I will cut losses if we do break below there. I'm going to keep a very close eye on that chart. Hopefully we can recover. Crude oil markets, we closed that, so we're not really interested in that right now. The gold markets are breaking down a little bit. We're currently down at 1870. But I do expect that to recover. If we can make some money here in the NASDAQ trade, if the NASDAQ can recover nicely, I'll buy the dip even more in the gold markets. I'm seeing some selling off here in the US indices. We've got the Dow down 0.5%. We've got the S&P down 0.22%. Fantastic that the NASDAQ has pulled back. Come on, NASDAQ, recover nicely. It just needs a bit of patience. Remember, 12,700 is a large psychological number, so it should offer some sort of support. Come on, NASDAQ. Gold is hurting. Gold is really hurting. Pulling back rather sharp here in gold. But remember, this is the supportive level that I was telling you about. Hopefully, gold will not break below this level because this is an area which has offered support, which is that 1870 to 1869 area. So I'm going to put a black line. This is an area where we found support in 2 previous occasions. I'm going to circle them for you guys. There you go. And off this level, we have rallied. So, it might be that we go a little bit lower, test that 1869 area. We find buyers, and then we go and retest that 50-day EMA up at 1880. Really hoping that the NASDAQ 100 can turn around at this level. Even if I can bank $100, $200 profit in the NASDAQ 100, that would be fantastic. Because then what that will then allow me to do is, of course, go and add more positions to the gold trade. So I'm really going to keep a close eye here on my gold trade. I've got a close eye on my NASDAQ as well. Really happy that we got I'm really happy that we got a low entry into that NASDAQ. So there are some great money-making opportunities in front of us, guys. Really happy with these entries. Those who are just joining us, we currently have 2 buy positions in gold, one up at 1874 and one up at 1872 or 1873. And then we have a buy on the NASDAQ up at 12,707. The NASDAQ is starting to rebound nicely now. Beautiful. Gold is at 1870. I really want to add another buy here in the gold markets. I love gold. I really do love gold at these levels. I really want to get out of the NASDAQ. But it's good to be diversified. I don't want to jump all into gold right now. We've got a nice diversification here in our little small portfolio. We have a risk asset, which is gold. And then, of course, we have NASDAQ, which is equity-based. There we go, gold's rebounding off the 1870 area. NASDAQ's now trading in profit. Let's have a look at what the NASDAQ's doing. We're in the green, $30 here on the NASDAQ. Hopefully that can continue to go a little bit higher. I'm going to take you back over to this chart. Hopefully the gold can hang around at 1870. Let's look at the NASDAQ. Let's see what the NASDAQ's doing. There we go. We're back up our 5 points in profit. If the NASDAQ can go to 1825 to 1830, I'll take it and run and jump back into the gold market. Here we go, NASDAQ creeping up now. Now 60 pips profit. $70 points in profit here for the NASDAQ. $80 profit here for the NASDAQ. Get ready to close the NASDAQ, guys. Get ready to close. $70. Get ready to close. NASDAQ currently at 12,720. Look to close it up at around 12,725. 5 points away from closing on the NASDAQ. Come on, I want to get a good entry into gold. Gold's starting to creep up again. Don't want to miss my chance here in the gold markets. I really like gold. I told you my fundamental reasons and my technical reasons. NASDAQ starting to come down again, but it's fine. It's been bouncing between that 12,700 and 12,750 area for some time now, the NASDAQ. Let's go look back at the gold markets. I'm not so worried because we have the DAX trading up roughly 1%, the CAC up 0.5%. So we're not really witnessing a global sell-off here. It's just the US indices are slightly under pressure. NASDAQ 100 back in loss, but not to worry. We're going to be patient with that trade. Hopefully gold can creep up in the meantime. It's got a bit of patience here, guys. Just a bit of patience. NASDAQ under pressure again. We just dipped under 12,700, but that's absolutely fine. Nearly all three US indices in the red today. Oh, gold seeing some selling off here. Let's look at the other chart for gold. Really testing the 1870 area. We still got a way though, a way to go towards the downside until we do test that support. Let's draw a box actually. Here we go. Does anyone have any questions for me? Craig, that's a very good question. Craig just asked, did I expect the US session to be stronger due to the second stimulus deal? Yes, I was expecting some strength, but this is one mistake I made when I first started trading, and one that I'm sure that many of you do make, is that, for example, this is a perfect example, okay? We've had a huge rally over the past month, and that was basically because Wall Street has anticipated, they've expected this to happen. Worst case, they want a second stimulus deal to be worth 900 trillion. So it's already this has already been priced into the markets. So if we got anything less than 900 trillion, the markets would have sold off extremely heavy today. So you know this move has already been priced in. So a lot of traders this afternoon would have been buying the NASDAQ, buying the S&P, buying the Dow, buying, the banks and the hospitality stocks, thinking that we're going to have a massive rally, where actually the markets had already priced this in. So a lot of traders would have been shocked, thinking, well, why isn't it rallying? But, that's because traders were expecting, that was their minimum requirement, was $900 trillion. So, yes, I was expecting a strong open, but I wasn't expecting, a 3 to 5% rally in the indices. So that's where saying comes in, called buy the rumor, sell the fact, and that just basically means it's priced in, right? But sometimes this sell the fact can be a problem. So people buy the rumor expecting something to happen, and then when it actually happens, the markets tend to sell off, and that's exactly what we kind of saw yesterday as well, because we got the news that there has been an agreed deal to take to Congress, and that's where we did see a bit of sort of selling off. Of course, there was the new strain of COVID in the UK, which affected the markets, but it was a lot of buy the rumor, sell the fact playing out as well. Jerry, I love the attitude, mate. You had to rush home from work just to join a live stream. Well done, mate. Get involved. We currently have a position open in NASDAQ and 2 positions open in gold. We bought gold at 1873 and 1874. And we bought the NASDAQ at 12,710. So perfect timing. You can join us. If you are watching this video and you've just joined us, please make sure to give this video a like. I want the YouTube what you call them, algorithms to support this video. The more likes it gets, the more it gets published around YouTube. So the more people watching, the better, right? So please give this video a like if you are new watching, and also give our channel a subscribe. Thank you guys. There we go. A nice new 10 likes. There we go. Can we get 150 likes? Give me 150. We just need 9 more likes. 8 more likes. 7 more likes. We've got 143 likes. Come on, guys. There we go. 4 more. Give me 4 more likes. I know that you're watching and you're looking at it. There we go. 2 more. 2 more likes. 1 more. Who's going to be the guy who takes us to 150? There we go. 151. Thank you very much, guys. Hopefully YouTube publishes this video and we get some more streams on board. There we go. 155. You guys are kind. So we're just waiting here, guys, for the NASDAQ. It's pretty much around our buy entry, same as gold. Really like the gold entry here, guys. Really like the gold. I think that going towards the end of the session, we will trade back up towards 1880. This is very low for the gold market. So although we did go a little bit lower earlier on in the trading session. Look at that, 160 likes. Fantastic. Guys, if you haven't yet, please go and give me a follow on Instagram whilst we just wait for these trades. Our Instagram page is Daily Market Movements. It's a new account. Ignore the 15,000 followers. It was from a previous account that I had, which I was just testing an app out. I wasn't buying followers. It was just an app, it was a software that my friend created, and he just wanted to see whether it actually works. But yeah, now I need real followers. So please go and give my page a follow. Daily Market Movements. I'll be posting more live streams like this, announcing more live streams like that, like this one on the Instagram page, as well as just, day-to-day news with regards to the market. So it'll be very beneficial for you all. There we go. Thanks, guys. Keep them follows coming. Also, if you want to take a story, film the live stream, share it on your Insta, give us a shout out, and we'll add you to our story as well. Thank you very much. Any publicity would be amazing. Patience here, a bit of patience. Clint, love that. He's up $218. Beating me, mate. Beating me. Well done. NASDAQ, I'll take profit 12,730. Roughly around that area. Come on, NASDAQ. There you go. Gold is up $47.45 a barrel. I did say I was bullish on oil, and it's gone up a lot. Right guys, just to kill some time here whilst we wait for our trade to go up, I'm going to do something very, very special, which I don't normally do. It's a very rare occasion here at Daily Market Movements. But just to say thank you for tuning in to this stream, I'm going to be offering a signal sale. So we normally charge $249 for a year's membership, but just for this stream, I will charge you guys $200. So if you'd like to join, all you have to do is go onto PayPal, and I'm going to give you our PayPal address now, and you just have to simply send us $200 and WhatsApp us. You can get my WhatsApp number from our YouTube page. Send me a WhatsApp with your payment receipt, and I will add you straight away to our Signal team. You know, we're already up 20% on this live stream. There's plenty of money-making opportunities out there. Look at the NASDAQ. It's exploding towards the upside. If you don't have PayPal, just send me a WhatsApp and I can try and work something out with regards to UK banking or bank transfer. But, you know, creating a PayPal account is very, very easy and simple. So I'm going to put my our company's PayPal address. And if you want to sign up, this is $200. $200 fee. I'll write it here for you guys so that you can all see. Normally, that's a $49 discount. We don't normally do sales here. There we go, guys. That is our PayPal email address, dailymarketmovements@gmail.com. Craig, you absolute legend. You have been. That is very, very true. One of our biggest fans. Clint, I know you're watching this. Jay, I know you're watching this as well. But if you would like to become a part of our team, dailymarketmovements@gmail.com, $200 instead of a normal $249 that we usually charge. So great money making opportunity there, great discount as well. And we'd love to welcome you on our team. We've got the NASDAQ moving up as well. You would have already made $200 just from watching this live stream. Okay, I'm going to look to take profit here on the NASDAQ. We're currently at 12,720. We've had some nice movement here. Get ready to take profit. Here we go. 83. Give me above 90 and I'll take profit. Dang, I'm closing. Bum. $88 profit on the gold on our NASDAQ. Close the NASDAQ. There it is. 12,725. Boom. We are now back in business, baby. We're going to wait for another little dip here on the gold markets. So our balance now is 1,294. Well done to everyone who managed to close that NASDAQ. Leave me a comment if you made money. There we go. We've made 29.4% on our original investment here since doing this live stream. Leave me a comment how much money you made. Harrison's just made $115. Well done, buddy. Fantastic. We're nearly at 30%, guys. Nearly at 30%. Don't forget, if you want to join our Signal team and you haven't done so yet, we've got a $49 discount there. Normally charge $249. We're only charging $200. I'm going to copy and paste our PayPal email address. And if you sign up, I'll give you a shout out as well. There you go. That is our PayPal address. Well done, people making some money. £60. Well done. $55. Fantastic. Made $62. Well done, guys. Brilliant. How much money did I take on that trade? I just took $88.50. Fantastic on the NASDAQ there. If we get a pullback in gold back down towards that 71 to 70 area, I will buy. Likewise with the NASDAQ, if we get another pullback down to 12,700, I would also be a buyer. Made $31. Well done. Well done, guys. We're up nearly 30% on this live stream. Fantastic. The markets have only been open for an hour. We've only been streaming for roughly 2.5 hours. Really good going. I want to beat last stream's record of 56%. We made 56% in just over 4 hours. I think that we can beat that, guys. I really do. Just waiting for a nice opportunity to occur here in the markets. Oil starting to trade back towards the upside. I don't mind just keeping these two oil trades up as long as we can profit nicely. If we get a trade back up towards 1876, that would be perfect. Remember, guys, we have the 50-day EMA on this, on the oil markets. Sorry, on the gold markets. Sorry, not the oil markets, the gold markets. If we can trade back up towards the 50-day EMA, which is this red line on the chart where we traded just a few hours ago. Remember, I got the prediction right up from there, up from 1874 up to the 50-day EMA line. If we can repeat that, we will make a significant amount of profit here on this live stream. So really excited to see what happens with these crude oil markets. Keeping a very close eye on the NASDAQ as well. If the NASDAQ can trade back up towards the green, that would be fantastic. Meanwhile, guys, we're actually going to go and buy the Dow. I like the Dow at this moment in time. We're going to go and quickly buy the Dow. So it's at a very good entry price. US 30, guys. That's a US 30. We're gonna have a good. So remember, it's 100 points higher on my broker. So it's actually 30,000. Although I'll say 30,100. So we're going to take profit up at 30,200. We're going to buy a 2 quantity. There we go. So I bought 2 lots on the Dow, guys. 2 lots on the Dow. That's 2 lots on the Dow. Two lots on the Dow, guys. 2 lots on the Dow. And we're targeting, the official price we're targeting is 30,100. We were only trading there a few moments ago. It's not high at all, as you can see. It's this green line on my broker page. It's not much at all. Already in $20 profit on that Dow trade. Give it some time. Dow moves slow. The Dow moves slow, but we've seen yet the S&P 500, which has creeped back into the green. We now have the DAX in Germany up 1.3%. That was only at 0.8% a little while ago. We have the CAC. We have the CAC, which is up 1.3%. Sorry, the DAX is up 0.2%. So in the green. We have the NASDAQ, which is in the green, of course. We have the S&P, as I just mentioned, in the green. So it's only the Dow right now, which is in a loss of 0.3%, but I'm expecting that to recover and hopefully just tip the green. So we're currently down 98 points, 0.3. So we just need the Dow just to go positive here for us to make money on that on that buy position I just opened. So we'll make a good amount of profit as well. If the Dow hits our take profit, we'll make $180 profit. Just put 200. So $181 profit if the Dow goes back up to where it was just trading an hour ago. So very good. We've got some really good trades on here, guys. We've got perfect entries in the gold markets. If the gold markets continue to dip, remember, I will be a buyer. So let's go back and have a look at the gold markets. If we do get a dip, I'm going to put a buy order just in case. Here we go. If we have a 1871, so I'm going to do a limit order and I'll buy another 0.5 at 1871. That's an area which is well supported. There you go. So at 1871, I've put a buy order of 0.5. So hopefully we can achieve that. As you can see, it's where. Sorry, don't know what happened there. Don't know. It's that green line on the bottom of this screen, which we're attempting to hit. There we go. Can we buy the gold? There we go. We just need this to hit the green line. Come on. So you should have a buy order of 0.5 down at 1871. Come on, we're so close. Just trigger that buy. Trigger that buy. So close. Come on. Come on. We need the green line, guys, not the red line. We need the green line. Because, of course, the broker has the spread. Come on, just a little dip down below 1870. Come on, come on. A little bit lower, a little bit lower. You know you want to. So close. You know what, I'm just going to go ahead and buy it, and I'm just going to cancel that order. So we're going to go ahead and buy 0.5. There we go. Buy 0.5, guys, in gold, and I'm going to close the order. There we go. So we've just bought gold again. We are now 3 positions, a total of 1.5 lots, which is quite a lot. So I do need to keep a good eye on that. But we do need to monitor these positions. But the margin's looking very healthy. We've still got above 100%. The Dow position is in green. So we have 4 trades in total right now. So if you're just joining this live stream, we have 4 trades in total. We currently we have 3 buys in gold of 0.5 each, and in a Dow we have 2 lots. So we've nearly made 30% since going live today, guys. Fantastic. Dow's moving up nicely now, guys. The Dow's moving up nicely. We're now at 30,030. Can we get that 30,100? We just need to poke a little bit green here on the Dow. We just need to go into positive territory. Gold's hovering around at 1870, but if you're just joining us on the investing chart, if I go here, you'll see that we have found support on the hourly chart down at 1870. And then just below there, we do have a 200-day EMA as well. So hopefully we can find some support, get some value hunters here in the gold markets, some scalpers to buy the gold markets here and trade it back up towards that 50-day EMA, which is currently sitting at 1878. So we can make some fantastic profit here in the gold markets if they continue this way. Who managed to make some profit? Who's currently making profit on that Dow position? We're currently up $40. Who's in profit? Is anyone making more money than me right now? $45 in profit. $40 in profit. Come on, Dow. Guys, I'm just going to go to the toilet really quickly. I'll be back in literally 2 minutes' time. Sorry about that, guys. I'm back again. There we go. Any questions? Has anyone got any questions just to kill some time? Once again, go and follow our Instagram page, Daily Market Movements, to be updated with just general news with regards to the markets. Here we have the gold moving up quite nicely now. There we go, 51 up on the gold markets. Dow's moving up nicely as well. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Will the dollar index go up soon? Maybe temporary, but my medium to long term forecast for the dollar is not good. You know, I personally believe that the US economy will need another stimulus deal, nowhere near as big as this one, but you know, if COVID carries on spreading the way it is, if it's a new strain, or you know, if there's any hiccups along the way, I believe that the US economy will need a second stimulus deal. So that will require money to be printed, which will then kill the demand for the US dollar. So my answer to that is probably not. Someone just pointed out a very good point. Tech is on its way down. So what we're going to do, we're going to get out of the Dow, close the Dow, we'll take the $25 profit, and we're now going to buy it into the NASDAQ. We're going to buy it into the NASDAQ. So US tech. Bang. It's a perfect entry here, guys. Perfect entry. We're going to 730. We're going to buy 10 lots, guys. 10 lots. Oh, sorry. I don't have enough money. Oh, shit. Probably go for 5 lots. 5 lots. 3 lots. We'll go for 3 lots. There we go. So 3 lots into the NASDAQ 100. We just bought at 12,700 on the dot. And we're aiming up at... Where are we aiming? We're aiming up at 12,735 for the take profit to make $100 profit. That's our price target. So we're aiming 35 points higher. It's just a nice little trade to have on the sideline. Obviously, the NASDAQ does take up quite a lot of margin. So if the gold trades start to do bad, then we might have to cut our losses by closing the NASDAQ trade. But I do like the gold trades. As I mentioned, the gold, there's support here. I did say we're likely to go and test this 1869 area, and that's exactly where we're testing right now, which is this blue box. But this is an area where I do believe it will offer some sort of resistance, some sort of support. And I do see us bouncing back from these levels. Got to keep an eye out on the gold markets here. We've got to keep an eye on our margin as well. NASDAQ's now trading in a small loss. Gold's down ever so slightly. But I do see gold rebounding going into... So here we are. The gold is under pressure. Don't want it to go much lower than where we are now. Really do not want it to go much lower than where we are now. Margins at 80%. Do need to keep an eye on it. Might have to close the NASDAQ. Minus 40 on the NASDAQ. There we go. Tracy Walker, thank you very much for signing up. Very smart, taking advantage of that $49 discount. I will add you to the group in a few minutes. I'm just keeping an eye on this trade, Tracy. Thank you very much for signing up. If you just send me a message on WhatsApp, Tracy, and I'll get you added to that WhatsApp group straight away. Come on, gold. We need a rebound in gold here. Really need a rebound in gold. Margin's getting stressed. If we go below 60%, I'm going to have to close the NASDAQ trade. Losing quite a lot of money here. Not quite sure what's happening in the markets. Okay, I've closed the NASDAQ, guys. We lost $58 there. We lost $58. So we're now back down to 25% profit since we started. That's fine, though. We just really need to hope for a rebound in the gold here. Just need a rebound in the gold here, guys. We're still up 25%. We just need a rebound in the gold markets. This is an area which should offer support here in the gold markets, as I mentioned before. And then just below there we have the 200-day EMA. But ideally, I don't really want to close too many more gold positions because it will hurt us and it will hurt our balance. I'm hoping that the gold markets can rebound here. This is an area where I do believe the gold markets can rebound. Ouch, ouch, ouch. We're slipping through the support here. This could be bad for us. This could be bad if we continue to. But at least we've got the 200-day EMA a few points below. But with our current margin, we're currently at 80%. This is not good, guys. We might have to close a trade. We might have to close a trade. %, not good at all, not good at all. We might have to close a trade here, guys. We might have to close a trade. Close one trade. So we've just lost 200. We're back now down to 2%. Not good at all, not good at all. The gold market's really caving in here, down at 66, but we have that 200-day EMA which will offer us support. Oh, Jesus, I've been wiped out. I've been wiped out. I've been wiped out. I don't know what's happened in the gold markets now. Look at that. We're now testing a 200-day EMA. Not good at all. Balance is down at 500. Been completely wiped out there. I'm not quite sure what's happened in the market. Just huge selling off there. We've broken support. We're now testing the 200-day EMA. Horrific. Shit. Such a shame. Oh, no. What a shame that is. Not quite sure what happened there in the gold markets. Got completely wiped out there. Balance is now down to 483. Not good at all. Not good at all, guys. I was really happy about those. That is a shame. Should find support at the 200-day EMA. It looks to me that we're in like a brief kind of bullish flag. And we're just going to test the bottom of that. It's a shame. That is a shame, but let's just 119, which is not great. Modify position 124. Completely wiped out, as you can see. That really is a shame, guys. That really is a shame. Looks to me that this could end bad. There we go. I'm getting bought out. It looks to me that this wasn't meant to be today, guys, unfortunately. Only 100 equity left. We was up 30% as well. 30% on the portfolio. There we go. Some more trades just getting bought out. That's me done, guys. I'm going to close out. $72. We started with 1,000. We got up 30%. And now, unfortunately, that is trading, guys. That is trading. Down to $72. I'm going to withdraw that. Go and buy a beer. Thank you very much for following this live stream. It was fun whilst it lasted. Unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be today. Last week, we got up 56%. We were as high as 30%. I don't really know why gold has pulled back like that. It's just obviously, that fast movement. That's just a big owner of gold who's just literally taken profit or what have you not, which has just caused that huge slide. And now we're actually breaking down below the 200-day EMA on the hour on the hour chart. So it's really not looking good for gold. There we go, 1663. Not good at all. Not good at all. But that's trading for you guys. You win some and you lose some. Not all days are good. Like I said, though, the whole point of today was just for a bit of fun. And if you're like me and enjoy losing money, hopefully you had a bit of fun. Yeah, just seeing what might happen here. It's down at 1862, so we would have got bought out. Let's just see what happens here. Just going to buy a little 0.1 of gold just to see whether we can recover here, but it's just not going to. Doesn't look like anything's really going to come from it. It's just not worth it. All right then, guys. Well, it was fun whilst it lasted. We got up to 30%, but unfortunately, so we peaked at what was it, 1,294. But then obviously we just had that really sharp movement in gold. Probably got a little bit overextended to the positions that we held, and unfortunately, it has ended in a loss today of roughly $930, which is a bit annoying, but we made some profit last week. But of course, the Signal team, we're making some money as well. So the gains that we're making in the Signal team will cover those losses. So thank you very much for watching today's live stream. We had a good laugh. And if you do want to join the Signal team, you know where to go. Our website, www.dailymarketmovements.com. Like I said, nowhere near the same strategy of trading. This was just solely for a bit of entertainment and a bit of fun. But unfortunately, today wasn't meant to be. But if you do want to trade on a serious note and you've enjoyed today, then definitely go and check out the website, which will be, of course, on our YouTube channel. But thank you very much for watching, guys. See you later.